like boudin? There you go. There you go.
I like Coke. You know that is your line? I like. Well, shit. You get stuck in there, don't they?
What do you think about D? Dolores?
Ready to roll.
Here we go, Frank. Here's the joke. You need any
Clear out pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
I put a freaking ant in this thing already.
There was ants on the table last night.
Lid. Already got out. There's a lid down on the ground right there. Everybody knows you have
All right.
Mike's open. All right, Jane, you're on.
No.
I don't want to hear Jane. I want to hear Dolores.
Yeah, Dolores is on.
I'm ready.
Famous now. She's famous.
She's still at the motel.
You should have been at the banquet.
She's still at the motel.
You could have given a good state of the SRS union.
Next year.
Yep. Surely he'll let you do it next year.
Shiny thing is out there.
It's cobwebs on a piece of grass. Beautiful.
This is perfect. Long one.
Hard to see though.
Throw this short one a little farther.
So I was just
Poison ivy guy?
his mind is working so fast.
Bird one, yours need to be a little further, okay?
I had a hard time direction.
Hey, give me a shot and a throw this time on bird one, okay? Shoot and throw, bird one. Just kidding. A little bit further, bird one. Bird one, do you have a radio?
Okay. Line's got you.
Hey Jason, you got an extra radio there?
Yep, I'll switch out with him.
Alright, hey, is this not working? Tell him I want a shot and a throw. Bird one, wave at me if you can hear me. Bird one.
2, 3, 1.
Bird one, hold on, don't throw it yet. Hey! He still can't hear me on the radio. Bird one, can you hear me? Hey, what's his name?
Did he hear you that time? Simon.
Simon?
No.
Hey Simon, can you hear me on the radio?
That's
This is Simon.
Jalen.
Jalen, can you hear me on the radio?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, I want a shot and a throw. Hey, listen.
Caleb.
Try to throw that thing further, okay? Just whenever you're ready, give me a shot and a throw. Bird 2, you be ready after that. I'm going to want you to shoot and throw when I call for bird 2. When he shoots, you start priming, okay? All right, here we go. Bird 1. Bird 2. All right, y'all go pick those up. But as long as we get it, it'll work. Hey, one more time over here, 1 and 2. Y'all get ready. I'm gonna say guns up. They're gonna call dog to line, and you wait for me to call for bird 1. Okay? Hey, bird 1, look at me. When the dog gets right up here to the line where I'm standing, kind of start priming your gun. Okay? That way, when I call for your bird, you'll be ready. All right, here we go. Dog to the line. Dog gets up here, so you start priming. All right, here we go. Bird 1. Bird 2.
I'm ready.
All right, good deal. Y'all go pick them up. Good job. Hey, something else. Listen to me. After you throw bird 2, y'all both just look at the line right here. When the handler sits down in this chair, go ahead and sit down, Adam. When the handler sits down in the chair like that, y'all go sit down too, okay?
Are we doing a test dog?
Yes.
Good chance to get my camera
Kevin's
correct.
gonna run test dog?
Yes.
Just throwing.
Is he really?
Oh,
he ain't.
Just
Swear
throwing.
to God. We went back in his truck and went to bed.
Can't run test dog because they're not ready yet.
Well, we're not ready either.
I know. I'm just telling you. Still got people in the field. You're gonna be able to do the hard work.
How is it 10:15?
We didn't get here till 8:30. We've been here almost 2 hours.
Exactly. So how's
How's what?
Cameron?
Oh, I don't know. There's nobody in there. You win again, man. One team. One team, one goal, one
you
effort.
gonna run a test off? Yeah, well, he wanted to run a test dog, yes.
Poppy already
Unless I
ran.
can find somebody else to do it, but I don't think so. Poppy ran yesterday. You feeling all right?
Good morning, everybody, and well, welcome back to the Super Retriever Series Crown Championship, presented by Purina Pro Plan. We are at the 4th series. We're continuing the 4th series from yesterday. And well, first of all, I'm here with a couple good friends here. Ron Anderson, who ran the test yesterday. We're going to get his perspective. And my good friend Ray Vogt from Purina.
Thanks, Pat.
Ray, thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
We got a big test here, and well, let's kind of bring people up to speed. We've got a quint. Have you ever run a quint, Ray?
In training, not in a trial.
So we have 5 marks, 2 field trial marks, style marks on the left side of this piece of water. It's essentially what we call 2 birds down the shore. In other words, the longer bird they're both thrown to the right, and it's at the furthest end of the pond. And then, well, there you go. There's a look at it. But number 1 is the shorter of the 2 down the shore. And you see that throw, number 1, then number 2. And then immediately after number 2 hits the ground, the handler shifts gears. He goes into hunt test mode, and he sits down, loads his gun with 3 blanks, and when he's ready, he blows a duck call, and then 3 goes off, and then he shoots at number 3. 4 goes off, he shoots at number 4, and they've got this bird right in front of you that comes out, 20 yards, I guess, and then you're off. Most dogs, not all, have picked up the 3 right-hand marks and then started to challenge the 2 left-handed marks. We ran all of the amateurs yesterday, so they're done. Ron is done. And we ran one of the open dogs, and you're going to see a Garmin run. Actually, what you're going to see here is the test dog from yesterday. So take a look at that so you understand it. It's equivalent of the diagram we just saw, but the white lines are the track that the test dog took. So you can see the 3 right-hand birds, pretty darn solid. What the test dog did is he sent for G1, the shorter, and he hit the bank, and that white line that goes up into the field and then curves over to the bird, he ended up getting the longer bird and came back and got that short bird really well. So that's kind of cool. That's that Alpha LTE Garmin unit that links to your phone to an app and gives you some great information. All right, so here we go. We got our gunners in the field. We had a fog delay this morning, so they wanted to make sure things cleared up, and now it is bright and sunny and humid. So, but we're on the water, so things will be good. Ray, do you have some thoughts? What did you think when you came up and saw this test?
I thought it was a good test. I mean, I think there's a lot of different things going on in it, which, trying to need to get some separation at this point. So I thought it was kind of interesting. This is my first experience with the SRS, so seeing the kind of the hybrid test with the HRC style and the field trial style in the same test, I thought was interesting. Saw a variety of things yesterday afternoon when I got in, including some really good jobs, like Ron, who I believe is leading the amateur right now. So great job there. Yeah, it was good. I mean, staying in the water looked to me like it would be easy to get out early, which the dogs I watched stayed in pretty nicely yesterday. So yeah, it's a good test. I think you saw a lot of different stuff.
We had a couple dogs that got the far bird on the left before he got the short bird. The handler sent for the short bird, and the dogs kind of, their water ethics and training kind of kicked in, and they said, I better stay in the water. And while they stayed in the water, said, maybe I better stay in the water even longer. And actually those 2 dogs that did that went out and had an excellent long bird. But if I'm not mistaken, both of those dogs came back and had to handle on the short bird.
One did not. Kane did not handle on the short bird.
Kane came back and got it.
Oh, he went, that's correct.
He got out, went a little deep and worked his way back to the bird.
Yeah.
And so we go back and take a look at that if you didn't get a chance to see it, and because Leah did a magnificent job. That's one of the hardest things, sending for a bird, not getting that bird, and then having to finesse and send it back in.
Yeah, easy there. The dog's a little confused. It'd be real easy to jump back in and try to swim again because they're unsure, default, stay in the water, or avoid the water altogether and just get out of that situation because it's it's two pretty tight lines, and if they're a little uncomfortable, it'd be an easy place to go left, especially with that gunner sitting out there.
Absolutely.
That was what I was going to add too, because if you go back again and you got to go get that short one, that you've got that gunner influence, that will not take you to the bird.
No.
So
there's a couple things there we're going to talk about. Before I do that, I want to make sure everybody that's listening knows to go to the superretrieverseries.com website, and you'll get the live scores. You'll get them before they're actually even posted. So, and if you go to the main page and you scroll straight down, you will find where you can go straight into the SRS Crown scoreboard. And it's a great addition. And it says, you can see it, it says 2025 SRS Crown Championship View Scoreboard. Click on that guy and keep refreshing, and you'll get them pretty much the minute the judges hand them to the marshal.
Right.
Couple things. I want to talk a little bit like what's different from yesterday. The water, I'm feeling a little breeze, but I sure am not seeing it on the water. But the lighting is definitely different. Ray, talk a little bit about the challenge of picking out the gunners when they're backlit. And we say backlit, it's the sun is behind them.
With the sun being behind the gun, it kind of casts a shadow on the front, on the front of the gunner out there. So even though they're in white, it's gonna look more gray because you don't get that sun on the white coat. So it's gonna be a little harder, especially here where they're shooting the short bird first.
Yes.
After that first bird goes down, if he's a little harder to see, it'll be easier to swing past that, not get a good look at that long gun. And it looks like there's a little glare right now, so it'll be a little challenging. I mean, just, putting a gun in the shadows makes it a little harder to see, and that's essentially what you're doing by backlighting them.
you know, and they were front lit last night because obviously,
Yes.
As the sun went to the west, that made those gunners a little more obvious. It not only made the gunners obvious, the birds themselves lit up more.
Very
And I watched one practice throw, and I said, you can see it, but you can't see it as well as yesterday. Ron, do you mind describing kind of your experience here?
Sure. Like you said, the lighting is different than it was yesterday afternoon when I ran. But the flip side of what you're talking about, the gunners being backlit on the left side, is that the opposite side is that it should open up the hunt test side to where those birds are, I would think, easier to see, where they were getting more difficult to see yesterday afternoon when they were backlit. So you kind of got the opposite there, you know, from what yesterday to start with.
And you had a handle in the area on
The long
fourth bird shot, right?
Yes.
Bird 4.
Bird 4, yeah.
So that's the right hand of the hunt test mode.
Correct. It's the longer of the ones.
And I noticed, you know, when we have such an incredible view, we're watching you and the dog on the line while it's being thrown, and it didn't look like he really acknowledged that and saw that very well.
He did not. I think he caught a glimpse of it because it was white, but and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I went back and watched it last night because he kept wanting to look left.
He did look left, yeah.
And you were just like, well, he really liked those left-hand birds. But I went back and thought about it. What he kept doing was he kept looking back to where the old flyer station was and the sluice was from a few hours earlier.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point.
Because the line's the same spot.
We've done, when we walk out of here, you'll have done 7 retrieves in this off the same line.
Line. So, because I was trying to figure out myself why he kept wanting to look left. And I'm like, and I watched the video, I was like, he's looking back to the flyer, or the sluice and the flyer. He saw 2 birds and 2 shots from there, 3 shots from there yesterday. So, anyway.
You bet, because he never did get that. He said,
correct.
Are you ever going to let me get the fun bird, the flyer,
correct.
The simulated flyer? That is oh my goodness. Well, that's cool. I mean, I didn't see many other dogs look there, but I did see some of the later dogs struggle. Actually, it was Cash, right?
Yes.
Paul also had a hard time on the hunt test side. That's where he took some points.
And I think on that same bird on the right hand.
The right one of the.
So, right, exactly. And Leah handled also on the right hand bird.
Correct. Yeah.
So all 3 of those dogs. And do you think a lot of that was because they just didn't get a good look at it?
I think some of it did. I think it had something to do with lighting, and I think they didn't get a good look at it. But it was, I mean, y'all know this, how everything's rolling along, and all of a sudden something changes, and I don't know what it was, and dogs start having trouble on.
It did.
On certain birds, and that was the one that they had trouble on. So yeah, he didn't. I speak from Rip's standpoint. He didn't get a good look at it. But which was strange is, as soon as he got to the little short bird, that's where he wanted to go.
Oh.
And I was trying to talk him into going for the middle one, and I decided, well, if he wants that one, I'm not going to force him this way, and then he splits them and it gets ugly. It's like, well, but he.
Okay, we're going to run another test dog here.
Okay, good.
We're going to run a test dog this morning.
Kevin Redmond and Callie.
I think the wind, you can see the wind start on the pond a little bit, and that, to me, that could play a factor in how you approach it, this hunt test side, because I saw a couple dogs yesterday with a pretty light wind, like they would send for the right hand of the 2 first, and kind of did smell that holding blind from the middle station. And I think with this wind, it's even going to be more prominent. So that could affect which order people try to pick them up this morning, I think.
I'm trying to check my wind app here to see what our predicted. It looks like it's a little bit all over the place, but it.
I mean, the water right now is looking a little bit like it's angling in a little bit left to right.
Well, it does say east northeast, and that would be pretty much what it is. Aren't we looking? Take my own trusty compass here, but I think we're looking. Okay, wait a minute. No. Okay, that's not really the case. We're looking almost straight south. So east, north. So east is we've had an east wind
all week.
All week. Okay, here we go. Well, here's your
short bird.
So as soon as the bird hits the ground, you're free to send it.
Correct. Yeah, once you show steady.
All scenes from the mat, right?
Do you think? I think Leah's dog, when she went to go for the right bird, did she get the middle of the hunt test birds?
I think she
handled to the right one.
She handled to the right one. That's where she went.
Yeah, she went right second.
So I want you to, as soon as
you
you see this dog take off, I'm going to ask you if there's any. You see the right-hand bird, you actually run by the corner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a little uncertain and the dog has a real conscience, is that at all difficult to talk him into?
You talk about for this bird
To
right
run by that? Leah's dog almost looked like the dog said, I can't run by the water. And broke
Oh,
into
got
water.
in and went this way. Yeah.
No.
Mm-mm.
Somebody got a. Did he pop there?
He popped.
You guys gonna have to help me. My hearing is gone on a lot of these frequencies whistles. So sometimes because when you handle, I didn't hear. I said,
Yeah, you were trying to talk my dog into a pop yesterday.
no. I just I immediately said that. I said I didn't hear the whistle. Somebody help me with this, but I can't hear any of them.
Yeah.
And I usually can look at the handler and see the body language.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I know I'm not going to hear the whistle.
But to answer your question on that one, I think, let's see, she's going to come back and get more water, but.
Well, not every dog has that much of a conscience. I'm
Correct,
just saying.
yeah.
I think it's in the situation where, like, maybe you don't know where it is, and you don't want to get too far right.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want them to blow away, and so you're kind of pointing them right by the corner. And can some dogs possibly be conflicted with that?
Oh, I would definitely think so. I mean, they also it makes sense to go for that 1 second. It's a little fresher in their mind. They're probably going to be more positive and more willing to run by the water. Where if you go left, they could, if they're a little unsure, then they might want to water up a little bit more.
But if the wind is left to right here,
left to right, I think.
Well, there's a risk of you like
There's a risk
hunting
of winning the other one.
slightly outside that bird, or even and winding the bird they're going for now. No. And I say that,
That's this one.
and that dog went under the arc and didn't wind it, didn't he? I couldn't tell
It
exactly.
sure looked like it.
Now he's. But when I say this is got an east wind, it's variable. It lays down, it picks up, it shifts a little bit. That falls under the category of the bounce of the ball. You know, sometimes you get the wind just right, sometimes you don't. It helps if they know where the bird is.
And the difference in odor with being the ATB versus that's got to be a different. I would expect it not to be as easy to smell.
Oh, no, absolutely.
You gotta be a little closer to it. But see, Pat, I'm looking at my app, and it's like it's a north wind.
Well, I know exactly.
So that puts it more at our back.
Downwind.
Puts it, yeah. So
Exactly. I kind of looked at the same thing. I saw a north component to it right now.
So if that's
more of a
case,
predicted.
It's harder to get that bird under the arc.
Yeah.
The wind's at their back.
They look like a little bigger throw than yesterday, maybe, too. Yeah. It's hard to tell from here.
Okay, so our test dog has got the hunt test marks, the right-hand marks on the right side of the pond done, and he's getting ready to go for the two on the left. Yep. You see him, he's
checking the wind.
Doing that, a lot of drain time before you're trying to go for these birds on the water.
Yeah.
There were only a couple that went one of the hunt tests and then went for the left hand, the short bird next. And I kind of wondered, if you get this, if you did that for some reason, is there an advantage to getting the long bird immediately after getting that?
I would think you'd get a little bit more push for the
Push
long
off is
birds.
this.
Push off. This is a good spot to be here. It looks like. If
That all
To me,
depends.
if you go here and then you go back to the right,
Oh, okay.
you're going to open up
Right
that
there.
shoreline to get out early.
Now, there's been some variances in that fall. Some of them have been right on the edge of the water.
Some of them kind of in a little dip.
And see that hay bale that we see in the picture? That's right under the ark. A number of dogs have,
gone there.
because that,
Yeah.
you know, that's just it's a shape of a holding blind
Yeah.
that they're used to.
But my philosophy yesterday when I was going to pick it up was, because it's kind of the way that when I do a hybrid scenario in a training situation is I usually do whichever, I do one and then the other like this, and I pick it up that way. I'll usually try to, like yesterday, clean up the right-hand side, the hunt test part,
Well,
unless the dog tells me something different.
Well, and what we said about the two on the left, you know, the push off the other bird and the relationship with each other, it's the same on the right. Because those birds on the right are a lot closer to each other than these.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Callie!
It's like a pretty good start there.
Mm-hmm.
now, you saw a number of these.
That happened to me.
They got in, and your guy, okay, so I can't remember who it was. There were two dogs that went this way. Yours was one of them. The other one got up on this. You see that channel that the dog's headed towards? The other one jumped up on that point and then had to cross that channel to get to the side. You went pretty much up the channel.
Correct.
And for a minute, there were two, last night, there were two visible, I assume there were rocks, there were two white
Something like
objects
that,
in the dirt, at least that looked, and I thought for a minute the dog was targeting those, but didn't really, but that, and then your dog got out on the left shore and
worked it out.
worked the bird out.
Yeah. He hunted smart.
Very smart.
He kind of bailed me out on that one.
Well,
Yeah, but
what do you say bailed you out? Do you,
I think I pushed him too far. I think I influenced him a little more
okay.
in the water to take more water.
I mean, it's a long swim over there when you do it like this.
Yeah.
And then, now, I gotta believe if the dog doesn't have an instinct that this bird is left, if they don't wind it, they're gonna hunt to the right when they get up. They're gonna, most of the time they'll hunt with the wind. But your guy actually, I watched him. He kind of checked those areas out, and you could just see him. There's nothing here. I don't smell other dogs. I don't smell. I'm not in the right spot. You could see him say, and I'm just glad he. And he had it, you know, and all of a sudden you could see like the light bulb go on. He kind of went, well, wait a minute. And when he went over there, he just wham.
Yeah, he did a good job of figuring out when he got there. Because like you said, he made a couple loops away from the bird, and then he.
So this is exactly what, and I'm not sure, was it?
I think it was Pete. I think
Was it?
I think it was one of
Was it Kevin?
Kevin Baggett's dogs,
Yeah.
I think.
Correct.
Yeah. Rip went down the channel and got out.
Right. And for a minute there, I couldn't tell what Rip was going to do. He was like undecided, and then it looked like is he going to catch just the tip of that piece of land that this dog's getting out of? And then he pushed off and angled to that left shore and and boom. Now this dog lines back in.
With a little bit more left influence.
Actually,
That's
he's
pretty
going to
good.
get out now about where Rip got out, right in there
yeah.
somewhere.
They were shorter because they got back in the water and went across.
Now there's a fence back there, because I know it because we were there last year. But you see, there's the tendency to, I think, to, you know, you don't pick up probably any information at all.
You can see the little uncertainty there again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she.
And
It's a pretty tough handle from there too.
oof, yeah, it is a darn tough handle because, you know, most of the time they're going to dig back. When they dig back, they go over the crest of the hill and you don't see them. And then when you bring them in, they probably go downwind. And then, you know, oh yeah, it's a. Okay, he did see him there.
There you
Well,
go.
there's a. Huh. When he casted them, did he?
Looked like she saw it.
I think he cast.
I mean,
I think he.
There were a few birds yesterday that
Were visible.
were on the side slope, and I could see them pretty clearly from here with the lighting we had.
We're gonna make sure there's not an umbrella showing for all the dogs.
Does that give you the information if a dog gets on the left side by those clumps, those far right-hand clumps, which isn't really that far from the bird?
Correct.
No, I
But
mean,
there's a
she was. It wasn't that far away, but
No, once
It
you
just
get the
does-
it was
calf.
a long.
No,
but
it's
it's hard to
a-
hunt back into there for sure.
Yeah, you're right. You know, it looks like it's far away because we're watching it zoomed in, but where they actually get out to where the bird is isn't that far.
Well, I'll tell you what, if they would have, it would have made it significantly harder if you'd have thrown it on the back side of, there's a dry channel. Right, you could see right behind the thrower. And I wondered when I had the drone up, I knew they were throwing a bird down there. I said, no. The ugliest thing would be to throw it in that depression.
Right.
But if you'd have thrown it behind that depression, then it would have, but they don't need it. I mean, they've gotten plenty of answers.
Same way yesterday, he was holding it, and he set it down and picked it back.
It's about as wide
I'll make sure you
as a swim by pond, you know. I mean, I remember that.
Oh, I do remember that from last year. Yeah.
That was
Hey guys, we gotta make sure those.
that was a, I think in high water, there's water in it. Or in the spring.
The aerial photo looked like they showed looked like a swim by pond, like you said.
Right, long channel. Last year, that shoreline, the water blind they did it. You see the barn over there, Ray?
Yep.
See that green big point to the right of the barn? That's the shoulder that they came off of on the water blind, and it went all the way down to past those trees. And they had quite a water blind. And then the water blind, and Ron doesn't want to think about this, but the water blind they did a similar poison bird water blind, a similar going over the point on this left shore from not terribly far from where we are right here.
Yeah, it finished about the place where this bird is laying.
It was almost exactly where that, right? But you ran from a different angle.
Yeah, a little different angle.
And that was an interesting challenging. There was more cover on the point. The visibility was more difficult. So, all right. Well, here we are, 10:40. We have 11 dogs. We were averaging 4 dogs an hour. And so, all right, here we got, well, speak of the devil. Right up on top is my partner here in crime, Ron Anderson and Rip with a 111. There's Leah, 147, 160s, couple of those, 167 and 175. Those are our 6 dogs going into the 5th series, which will be tomorrow. Correct. Which will be tomorrow. So, okay. You know, there's some distance there, but we've seen that can all change in a hurry.
Yes, you can. It's there's with the way they do the scoring system, and usually the way they run these tests and the way they set up, especially in the 5th, and you've got plenty of movement to get some. You got plenty of room to get a lot of points to make some change.
You know what?
But
you love it when you're on the lower end of that list, and as a just a fan of compelling sports, I love it because and I know the people at home are going to watch it because it's exciting, must-see TV. Ray, how would you have liked to have a leaderboard like that going in 10 series of a national?
That's a good question.
Field Trial National.
I don't know. I mean, you know, that was kind of the, you know, I'm used to not having a leaderboard, so it's. I think it's a pretty cool to have, to be able to see where you're standing, and to know where you're at. There's a little intrigued in the unknown too, right? Sometimes, but I think it's pretty neat. I mean, it just kind of keeps everything level all the way across the board. You know where you are, where you stand, where you sit, what you're getting points for, how everything's judged and scored, and.
Well, yeah, certainly. And one of the big things, I'll let the 4-wheeler go by, is getting insight into how the judges, what they're putting a lot of weight on. Now, you know, this is a pretty structured deal here, but it's still open to individual interpretation.
Well, of course. I mean,
You know, so I think probably one of the things that is the most is the difference between considering them handling when they're in the fall area versus to the fall area. Is that right?
Correct, yes. And that's one of the advantages of the scoring system and being, I guess, toward the ends of the run, because you've got multiple dogs and multiple handlers that, and you sit there long enough, you're going to see some similar work.
Right.
You kind of get a parameter on, okay, this one was a big hunt and figured it out, and this one was a quick handle that appears to have gotten in the area, and these are what your scores were. So you kind of have a game plan going in, and you can, you know, you can use the scoring board to your advantage. You know, now it's,
Absolutely.
you know, it's a disadvantage, of course, in the first 5 dogs, because you don't really know what the scoring is until that.
Right.
But I mean, but anyway.
Whether you know what the scoring is or not, you're trying to have the best.
You're trying to have the best.
It's
yeah,
just
right, correct.
I think the scoring system comes into play when you're in damage control. You're trying to salvage and make it as good as you can. Now I have a question for you about that exact subject. Rhodey sat up here with me, and I can't remember on one. Well, he was on one of the tests after he had run, and there was a dog that handled close to the fall area, but the dog never established a hunt in the fall area. He said, and he felt that he didn't consider the dog being in the fall area until he established a quest and he started to look for a bird. The dog had lined, was obviously going to keep going, and even though he was close, how do you interpret that? I'm talking about a dog that goes under the arc, close to it, and just like and gets 5 yards deep, and you realize he ain't stopping, and you bring him back. But if you took paint and drew a circle, you would consider it the fall area.
But he never established a hunt in the fall area.
Is that
correct?
Is that standard and understood interpretation?
It is. I mean, you can kind of. I mean, they all use that example. You know, cracking their tail or checking down.
Right.
And if they would have got there and the dog would have slowed down and checked hunting a little bit, I would say he established a hunt in the fall area. But if he still has not broke stride and going through it, and you stop and put a handle on it, at that point, the handler is playing the game because you have a marking score.
Yes.
And his marking score is pretty good to that point because he took a good line.
Right.
But so they may be thinking, well, if I can blow the whistle, I'm 22 there, but I had a good line. That may be 2 to 4, so I'm getting out of here with a with a 26.
But you know, Ron, when I first got in the sport in the 80s, handling was much more common, and it really followed what you just described. You know, and we laugh now because we say it's one of the biggest lies that, or the 3 biggest lies, the check's in the mail. The judge says, I'll take that into consideration. And a quick handle is better than a long hunt. That's the 3rd biggest lie. But it really is the case. It was oftentimes the intention. And you knew the judges that really believed that. And so that's where that came from, it's a viable thing because when you end up handling, you're still trying to interpret the quality of the mark. And somebody says, "Oh, we had a quick handle." We had a quick handle because the dog didn't have a clue where the bird was.
Correct. Right.
Okay.
Here comes our first dog. That's Bobby Wills and Max.
Bobby Wills and Max. Well, you're pretty familiar with all these dogs.
I am. This one's one I'm not as familiar with as some of the other ones, but Bobby, of course, is familiar, no stranger to this sport.
Bobby, and owner is Don Collins of Missouri.
So that's the 8-year-old. But Max has been around and has done well.
Well, what you just saw there was our jib camera that gives you this incredible view. 8-year-old yellow male. You see a lot of them, you know, QA2.
It looks like he's got an open second.
So these are really, truly you know, the decathlon type dogs. That's, you know, and that's what this is all about. You need to be able to throw a javelin and run a mile.
Bird one.
Okay.
Bird one. No bird.
Okay, they had a low throw, and then a young man, you could see he's trying to be just precise. Now, Ray, these boys were trained to do this on Friday morning, about a half hour before,
all things
to
considered,
show them how to work the gun, understand, and make a throw.
All things considered, I think
they've
done
worked
done
really
a really good job.
You bet they have. I've met a number of them. They're very conscientious young men. Okay.
Yeah, well, again.
The other thing, Ray, is you typically always come back.
Come right back after a number.
And then
I was just about to ask that question.
Then after that,
You get 2 in a row.
If you get 2 in a row, then they'll have
they give you the
They'll
option.
give you the option.
give you the option.
And I didn't see anybody wait the whole time. Like he's about to get.
There he went.
Did he get a shot?
He didn't get
He didn't get a shot.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? And we experience that all the time when we're training new help, because those guns are kind of tricky.
Great throw if we'd have had a shot.
Now, is that a disadvantage? I mean, if that's a hard bird, he's going to get to see it a number of times.
I mean, if it were me, I'd rather see the long one a few times.
Exactly.
To be honest,
I don't know that,
I mean, they're both hard birds. I mean, I think this one's more about balance. You know, get in the water.
Well, exactly. You know, I kind of feel this bird you actually have to mark. The other one you can get to through training.
Yeah.
The water will lead you there if they'll.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt if they. But I think if you see the long gun and the dog's got the right attitude and he understands where he's been, you got a pretty good shot with a well-trained dog to get to the end of the pond. And they wouldn't be here if they're not well-trained at this point.
As a handler, it's, you know, you still got to go through your same routine. Like you don't want to, you don't get in a hurry because you feel like you've showed them those birds already, and you want to. Your tendency is to speed up in that situation.
Okay.
And he did a good job there, taking his, you know, going through, doing the same routine again.
He looks like he saw both. I saw him
He's looking
toggle
back
back
at the
and
short
forth.
bird right now. It looks like.
Yeah. I can see the short bird on the ground. I can identify it. And it's more typical than it was yesterday. It's closer to the water's edge. I'm looking around the corner of the tent here. They got to get used to this
There's
big
a lot
delay.
of delay. I
mean,
was
it's
just
like,
going to say, that's got to be interesting too. Just the.
Here.
It looks like the first one's mallard and the second one's a flasher.
It is. Yeah.
and then you can send from in the
But you
proximity.
don't need to be on the mat.
But you have to for the
Correct.
field trail marks, right?
Correct. Yeah, the sentence on the map.
And what's the penalty?
I think it's 10.
10
They
points.
didn't really just say it. They just tell you to. So I don't know if they gave it a.
It's definitely going for the middle.
If they don't
first bird shot.
sign it, you have to assume it's 10 points or less. If there's a
Right.
penalty out there that's more than 10 points, they have to
I
tell you
gotcha.
that.
That's how they do it.
Correct.
So if there's something there,
Yeah, if there's a major penalty, when they say, you'll notice in these handler meetings, everybody asks, well, any major penalties? And if they say no, then 10 is the most that you can get for one particular
Okay.
fault. Now, you can get multiple 10s at times, but yeah.
They can't put a higher point total on something like that, like running out. If they don't specify that there's a bigger point for running off the mat, they can only maximum is 10,
Correct, unless they tell you.
unless they tell you.
Yeah, and that time's like, all right, you know, that time's like it's 25-point penalty if you don't send from the mat, but they have to tell you that.
Gotcha. That's a nice mark on that one, Barry.
Yeah.
and he
He went middle.
Bob, you could tell he saw the dog was not about to see that, and he said the word here to get him to look over to the right. And pretty decent spot. It's in some ways it's this could be almost a mama papa, where the gunner could probably almost, this left gunner could throw both those. But so it's in that, as long as this dog doesn't go back into that left fall.
So that would be he established a hunt, so that would be a
He
fall
did.
area.
So
and what Bobby's doing is there is what we talked about earlier. He paid attention to what happened yesterday.
Yep.
You know. And decided to take, the handle in the area, the 2 points for the whistle, as opposed to eating up some more memory.
Absolutely. So this was pretty much the line for the 4 Series 2 years ago. And they and Mary, I'll show you the setup. And they did it on their hybrid test. All right. Well, he must have got a good look, because he didn't take all that long to send them.
Well, I know there's water involved, but it's still, with the humidity and the heat, it's still going to be a factor.
Fatigue.
Fatigue here. I mean, humidity is
You
the
can see
hardest.
bird.
When you see the
humidity
bird,
affects the dogs more than the, temperature obviously is a factor, but humidity.
I'm trying to, we've got a screen up here so that we can't really feel the wind. I'm looking at the water out there further, because he's bending right into it, but I was wondering if he could smell that bird going by. But from the looks of things, he doesn't need to smell it, because he looks like he knows right where it is. And he certainly does. That was about as perfect as you can get.
Yep.
Bobby cracks a half a smile.
It's hard to get much out of Bobby. Yeah. Till the end, anyway.
He does that on the long one. We might get the
That's right.
Anyway, full.
That's right. You may get some emotion.
Well, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to set the bar and put some heat on those
dogs behind you.
Dogs that are about to run.
Or in front of you. I say put the heat on the dogs in front of you as far as score line.
Yeah, because now we're running reverse order, correct?
Correct.
So
you run as high score to low.
Right.
12th place was the dog that ran last night.
Correct.
So Bobby's in 11th, sitting in 11th, coming in here.
Exactly.
And it'll be the top 6 that make the final. So he's
got some ground.
Definitely needs to.
It's interesting. He was pushing pretty hard. Well, what he didn't want to get is that
out into the middle,
out into square, crossed, and he.
Man, looked like again with this tent thing, I can't see the pond, but from the video, it sure looks like he got in the right place.
Yeah, and even from my vantage point,
he's pushing a
I
little
don't
bit to the
see
right here,
him. I don't see him yet. Yeah, you're right. He is.
Oh, he is pushing a little bit. Yeah,
But there's 1, 2, 3. When you see the pictures here, there's 4 clumps of cover. Yeah, he's bending pretty good there, isn't he?
That's pretty much what the test dog did.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean
it
you get some push off that short bird, right, and then you got this little bit of wind left to right
pushing you.
Is pushing them. So you got a couple reasons there for them to end up a little bit to the right here.
I watched a few dogs yesterday. You could see you could watch them think as they swam across. They were trying to target something, and most of the time they're trying to look for a holding blind or a gunner or something like it would be a likely spot. Well, Bobby's good and relaxed, and there's some left rudder there.
Yeah.
You see that kind of shiny, there's some bare dirt there on the left of that channel, and that is, I'm looking here, that's not 10, 15 yards from the bird. So if you bend in there with that angle, what happened right there?
He just kind of turned around there.
Looked like he kind of,
Interesting. What do we got
threw his head up
going
like
here?
he's-
And boy, he
almost
just
like he thought he
kicked it
saw
in
or
gear.
smelled something.
Exactly.
Yeah. But he never.
No.
He took a hard left. But
You know, you break
Now-
that moment. You break
okay,
your
so now
momentum.
the bird is directly over the tip of that point you see with that clump of cover, and the dog is in line with the bird, but not
He's getting
going
out.
to it
He's getting
right
out.
now. But he made a literally 90-degree turn there,
Oh, he's coming
and
back.
going back towards.
It's getting onto that visible.
Now I
point.
know.
Oh.
Whoa, whoa! There's the first dog that was affected by that gunner. You're not getting to that bird from there without handling. The other thing is, that's the equivalent of a come-in whistle. That's not a pickup.
Okay.
Right.
No. I mean, that's.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he got almost out there and just kind of broke.
find
When
it
he
interesting.
made that little turn, he
Turn loop, I think.
Is
he
there any
broke his
of-
momentum, and then when he started to, then I think he saw the gunner and.
Now I have a question for you. Is there any advantage to handling back into the water to the bird versus directly to the bird for there? I mean, if you're judging, is it any different?
I don't think so at this point. I mean, honestly, I think when you start to handle, I think they want to see you handle the bird as
Right.
quickly and as
Right, but I'm just looking at, now he brought him in because I could
brought him in.
see where
He could
if
go.
he'd have cast right, he might have curled back in behind that cover.
Yeah.
But and
Quickest
if we were
visible
training,
there, but-
this is what we would do.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm just curious if there's any strategy as far as the judges give. I mean, again, these.
I don't think there is, other than that there's an advantage for, if Bobby thinks it's an advantage of the handler to get there with the easier cast, with as few
Yeah,
casts as
right.
possible.
Yep,
I think.
yep.
I don't think.
Yeah,
I
because-
don't think from the judge's standpoint, because once you
Right.
start handling, they've already
Man,
they've already given you a marking score at that point. So now they're judging the handle.
did that dog spin or did he just?
spun.
Well,
There
he
was
turned-
something really odd that happened there.
Yeah.
And then when he turned left, I mean, he just
Yes.
he sped up. You could see a wake. But he ran right up to that visible gunner. That's the first dog and maybe he turned left and then saw him and said, "Well, there's somebody."
Because his initial turn was to the right. When his momentum first broke, he
Yeah.
actually looked to the right, and then when he came all the way around, it felt like that's when then he kind of gave up the ghost there and went straight for that other guy. I mean, once he turned, I'm sure when he saw him.
Oh, there's your.
There you go.
I wouldn't have guessed that would have been the outcome
No,
when he was
not where he
halfway
was-
across the
not
pond.
where he was
no
headed.
way.
No, and he looked like he was starting to lean into the bird a little bit, and looked like he was going to end up in a pretty reasonable
Weird
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see him?
Yeah.
Bobby kind of
Yeah,
twirled
I
his
was talking
fingers, and
about
he's
Sauce.
probably asking the same question we're asking.
I think. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to figure out what get in the dog's mind and figure out what went on there. You know,
Unfortunately for Bobby, that's not going to help him make up
no,
that
that's
ground.
not gonna.
No,
not what he wanted there. For sure. So why is coming back? I have a question for y'all,
All right.
or just a conversation. These birds down the shore, since they're throwing the short one before the longer one, do you think it would have been easier or harder if you'd have thrown it reverse? If you'd have thrown the long one than the short one?
I think the longer bird, longer bird would have been easier if it was thrown first.
I agree.
I think the first bird thrown, A, it's the bird you're cueing on the most, and B, I think most of the time it leaves the biggest impression.
Correct. And I agree with that. But because I noticed with mine, because I spent so much time picking out the long gun, that he picked out the long gun. I had more trouble talking him into
So looking at the shortcut. So,
Looking at
no,
the
wait a
shortcut.
minute, that guy's going to throw first.
Right, correct. And which I think which makes that mark harder, leads to them seeing the short one and then maybe not looking back to the long one immediately, looking somewhere else and then coming back, which is what
It looked like he did
this
a little
dog
bit,
did.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Because after that short bird went down, he had
Right.
that-
Because I
he did-
think because they are throwing it that way, it's causing,
Yep.
you know, they're
and,
getting,
and being back a little bit, I think there's a higher likelihood they don't get a good look at it.
correct.
Yeah.
Because you're not sitting there staring it down and coming out.
Well, the other thing that's interesting, the judges never watched delivery.
On the last bird. I mean, he's pretty gassed right there. You can see.
He is. Yeah, you get your water temperature's got to be probably in the 80s.
I would think.
I mean, it's not
Yeah.
a lot, but I mean, you get a little.
I mean, we had mostly 90s, and it's
If
coming
you're
off
staying
summer.
in the
I
water,
mean,
you're not getting any evaporative cooling off of that, so
Right.
it's really not going to be that much cooler than.
well, here's Luke Coors,
than
and
Wayland.
Waylon.
Yeah, this is one of Ernie D'Antoni's dogs. That.
6-year-old dog in his
Yes.
prime.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's a good-looking animal there. And there's Luke cueing with his hand on that long bird. Lighting is pretty darn good, right? I mean, especially the long gun is more visible than the short right now. The short gun, I'm looking.
That camera angle was a good view. I like that
Mhm.
view. You can see the dog's face.
You can see
right
their
there.
eyes.
That focus right there. Yeah, he watched that bird very nicely.
He looks back
He
at the
just wants
short.
the short one. Now, is there? Do you have as long as you want there?
Yes.
So you can focus a little. Spend a
Correct.
little
You can
extra
spend a
time
little time
making sure.
at least
Especially on
remember the
this,
gun.
on this
Get it.
style of test, I've seen all kinds of different tactics.
quick.
You know, where they come up and they put their hand down again.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen, you know, on some of the other tests, not on necessarily on this, but the last year I remember there was a lot of different things that handlers were doing. Dog followed that bird quite well.
Here. Sit. Sit. Wait. Open and safe.
Looks like you saw him.
Mm-hmm. It does.
I believe Waylon was qualified with Luke and the owner,
Oh, okay.
Ernie, qualified him in the AM.
So you got the option of running either.
Correct.
He's going left here.
Yep.
Yep.
He's going left.
Makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to go for the right bird second, you're actually almost trying to push them right back over the top of the bird you just picked up. And so maybe they're a little more comfortable going here.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. You can tell he's got a wind. He got some wind off of that.
On the backside, a little deep of it. Yeah. I think, yeah, like yesterday, my strategy was to get that middle bird second, but that's not what the dog.
Now, yeah. Well, there you go.
So
The best laid plans.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now the wind's just like-
Now the wind's starting to get a little more
Just
established,
shifted
I can see
again.
and
your
actually
face
the
a little
humidity's starting to. We had a heavy fog, and so you knew you had 100% humidity all morning. But that makes things a little more comfortable.
Luke does a nice job of taking his time,
He does.
getting that dog
Yeah,
focused
get him.
in there.
Yeah, I bet he's very smooth.
Looks like he knows where his. Oh, he cracked his
like a
tail. There you
good-
go. I was gonna say it
So
also
he's got to
helps
be
when.
close. Yeah.
Excellent mark.
When they know where they're going, it sure.
Bobby and
Max with the wind.
Max got a 112.
Okay. Alrighty, well, there you go. I didn't. My little screen here is. All right, so that puts him at 248.
And
Scott
yesterday,
Greer and Zeppelin
I was
are
just gonna say
bumped
that.
ahead of him with a 56 at 226. So unless some dramatic stuff happens, that's going to make it pretty tough for Bobby to move on.
No, I think so. Yeah.
He's,
Especially if these handlers here have anything to say about it.
this will be interesting here.
So right in here,
You see
there
where
were
they're-
two dogs that all of a sudden just boop, broke right and just
Pushed.
parallel,
Looks
just like that
he's-
dog.
yeah.
and swam right down and got the long bird.
Yeah, I think this is what you're going to see here, because I think, like you said, usually when they get about that point, you see them commit to getting out.
And now we see the wind on the pond is different, so there's no.
Ooh, wait a minute.
He's not going to
Look at
smell
that.
anything.
His conscience kicked in right there. He said, I better not get out.
Yeah, you knew he wouldn't.
He pushed off a little bit. Yeah.
Well, that wind's not. You're not going to get any chance of smelling that on the way by with this wind.
Yeah, it's. You can see the bird, too.
Yeah, you can. There were times where you could see it. Now, there's no way that's what's influencing this dog.
No. But we can see it. Then.
Yeah, no. But I'm
This is
just saying.
kinda-
I mean, I'm just kind of pointing it out to people. I
No,
mean,
the dog.
Comes
is
a little
not.
decision. A good choice.
That's a good
Yeah.
choice there.
well, wonder what.
Oh, it's down on the road.
Well, he's on target to have a good long bird. It just. Yeah, we've got some
We got
locals coming
a
by and
local passerby.
Local flair.
well, puts him out under the arc of that bird. Does he look
Does he
right?
see it?
Yeah. No, he sees it. Right there is when he sees it, and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna take a little breather."
Catch a breath.
All right.
Actually, that depression right there is where the poison bird came out last year's water blind. Remember you went under the arc of that. The gunner was hidden down in that ditch
They
and
threw it out and reeled it back in.
yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's
There's
what we
that.
just
That's
described
what we
there.
just
That
talked about. So, yeah.
moves Scott above Bobby, but well, we've got 10 to go here.
So, since we've gone long and long, I would think you're going to see Luke really work here to talk
Yeah.
Waylon into this one.
And you could tell. I mean, based on the way I don't know the dog, but the way he got out and stood over that bird. I mean, it looked to me like he's already a little tired.
A little gassed,
He's going to
yeah.
have to let him catch his breath here a little bit and try to get that focus.
This is one of, won't you agree, Ray? I think right here is one of the hardest things as a handler. I mean, what he's about to do.
Yeah, well, I agree. I mean, I was
especially in
impressed
this situation, because you want to relax him, but you don't.
You don't want to tuck him in and run into that visible gunner and miss the water altogether either. So,
And if you grind him a little bit, I mean, he could do the same thing again.
and just swim past it. Yeah, it is it's a tough balance on this bird, especially to get it now. When you're a little more tired, you're a little more unsure.
I think he's holding that up, hoping the dog sees what the wind is.
So get on the thart.
Well, the bird he's about to send for is really just on the shore, deep of where this dog is now, behind him.
I didn't see how long. Did you see how long this throw was? I can't.
I cannot
From the
see-
picture, I can't see the bird.
I think I can see the bird. It's pretty. I'm pretty
Normal.
sure.
I think
Yeah.
it's
Pretty normal.
But this bird here that they're throwing here is a darker bird. It's their mallard deal in it. So it's, even though they've got it as a Drake mallard, it's not really light. It's fairly neutral colored.
So now he's going to start.
Okay. His first look almost looks too far left, but that's just a guess. Yeah.
He's got his ears up. He looks pretty. I like the demeanor. He didn't come in thinking he was done. He came in
Right.
looking out for something.
Well, he's definitely trying to sort this out. You're trying to. Luke probably asked for permission to
Get a little grass.
take a little bit of grass out of his mouth. You know, This
Look at
the hardest thing here is
Look at that. That looks like a left.
Yeah.
Look at that gunner.
Gunner.
There.
Yeah,
the
what you can't see is, what nobody can see is just
If
to
you
the edge
fiddle
of that
too much-
screen is where that other gunner
if you
is.
fiddle too much, you know you kind of you worry them. If you don't fiddle enough, you don't get the well. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's you have to work.
Yeah, but yeah, I think you almost had to do that. Didn't
Which is a g-
hard to find that gun and then hunt back down to the water.
Mm-hmm.
and I think there's a pretty good chance the dog, even if that gun was totally hidden, would have gone exactly the same place. Now, so obviously some handles to the fall area here.
Yeah, and a couple, probably a refusal in there.
So scoring wise, if you have multiple casts to get to that area, is it a 20-point?
No, it's you get the 20 points for the handle to the area. Then everything after that is just like you're basically scored, just like you're running a blind. So it's 2 for the point, 2 for the whistle, and then if you get a refusal, then it's another 5. Cast refusal, yes.
There's the bird, right there.
Wow.
That's one of those so close but yet so far away.
Yeah. So. So far this morning we've had one handle on the long bird and one handle on the short bird
Right.
on the shore.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So,
Here.
Right,
so
exactly.
the information
And didn't,
so the information that Rhodey's got so far, who's coming up next, is inconclusive at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
They're both hard.
Yeah, that's right.
That's information.
There's not one that's more hard
Yeah.
than the other. Exactly. It's inconclusive. That's yeah. She got to be.
Ray, we've been there a million times. You're walking off line, you're just like, darn it. I mean, you can't be mad at the dog.
Yeah, the dog.
I mean,
did.
he just didn't quite,
dog-
because he did the trained dog thing when he wasn't sure he stayed in the water, but.
You got 4 of them beautifully.
Yes,
I mean, you got 4
did.
marks.
He did.
But yeah.
And that's something, it's hard to practice in training because you're so prone to say, no, you're going to get the bird I sent you for.
Correct. Yeah. Would y'all agree? I think sometimes in training you almost want them to try to figure it out just to see
Well,
what
right.
the thought process
Right.
is. But
from time to time, again, if the dog is getting a different bird for a conscientious reason,
right.
it doesn't feel as bad as if they're cheating or they're doing something like they're.
Right.
So sometimes in that situation, I will let them do that, even though it feels a little bit.
Yeah. So this is Rhodey and Pope, and I have a kind of pull for Pope a little bit because I actually own a litter mate to Pope.
Oh, you do? Okay. What's the breeding?
It is Clooney Chrome.
Okay, Seaside.
Yeah.
This Clooney and Chrome.
Yeah, this is the
That's
last
what I
breeding, the
want.
third.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, so these are the last breeding of them. They're the 4-year-olds.
Seaside's Gorgeous George is a sire.
And California.
And California Chrome, which was one of those really good breedings.
Mm-hmm.
Good looking dog here.
Yeah.
How many times did they do that breeding? Do you know?
3.
3 different times.
This is the youngest of them, the last one they did. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And that breeding has the older siblings have produced some.
What is Smarty?
That's a good question.
Smarty is she High Point amateur dog right now?
She's close. I haven't
field
checked
trials.
I have not
Smarty
checked the
Jones,
lead.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't checked the. She's up. I know she's up there.
Colorado dog out of Clooney. The reason I brought that up is because that's Clooney daughter. Ooh.
This could be interesting with this one right in front of us here. Oh, pretty good. Okay.
If that would have come out of a winger, you might have had some fair catches.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might have had some customers. That might have been one of them.
But Pope was originally brought up in a field trial.
That was.
Yeah, he was with Kenny and Marcy.
Yep, Kenny and Marcy.
Pardon me?
To start with, Pope was.
This dog was in training with Kenny and Marcy.
Marcy.
Yep.
Yep.
That's why I wondered, is Smarty that same breeding from an earlier breeding?
I don't remember. It's the same as Creed. I know,
Creed,
but
yes.
I don't,
This dog is?
yeah,
But
I don't
Creed's
think it's the same as Smart.
Creed's 2 years older.
Okay.
The only reason I know that is
Right.
because the few derbies that I ran,
Right.
Rip In, I ran against
went-
Creed. He went
Right.
yeah. Yeah, Creed's a 6-year-old.
Just as he blew, he was starting to check, but he was.
He actually blew
But
the first
also,
whistle.
when I looked at that power pole in the background, I was almost like maybe that was that cover around it.
So now Rhodey's got to do some work. I don't think that was the start that he was
No, you don't.
looking for either morning.
Now we've seen 3 dogs handle on 3 different marks. so
3 different
far.
marks. That's right. Yes. And he's still got.
He's looking. a
He's
little
got
bit
3 more to
right.
get.
Yeah. Yeah. There he clicked out.
Well, Bobby handled on that same mark. Remember he handled it in the fall area?
in the
But he
fall
had the
area.
fall
You're
area.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, he did.
And he did, I think Pope
Missed
pushed a little right.
He missed the wall.
Bending back a little. He looked like he wanted to look right. I got a pretty good view right behind the dog from here for that
Yeah.
one, and he came in and kind of set himself up to the right.
And that brings another question. Because we're turning to the old fall.
Well, certainly
there a
could be
point value
interpreted
for
that
that?
way.
There's 20.
20 for that. Okay.
But that's up to the judge's interpretation. But
It's my instinct what was happening.
I think so, yes. That's why he blew the whistle.
It started by missing the.
It started by
when he
being
missed the
skinny.
water, and
Right, correct.
you know when you're doing watermarks that have a cheat to it, that's the way you want the cheat to work, to make it so they can't find the bird.
Correct.
And it's just if they're not certain. Watch them go out and drill these two. That's what.
So he's having to work a little harder probably than he wants to here. Look, he kept tapping his leg trying to pull him over. It gives me the indication that he's thinking a little bit too far left there to miss
Well,
that water.
Yeah.
There
I
he
don't know
got the
for
line
sure,
there.
but well, he's breaking
There he
in.
got the line. He had to work hard to get it.
Yeah, he did.
Well, Rhodey's not tilting his head. Oh, you can see the bird there.
Yep, you can see it. He's in the.
And he's.
Oh, perfect.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
so I'm
needed-
thinking what you saw, the same thing I did. I think Pope wanted to was probably looking at the gunner a little bit more up the hill, and one worked, did a good job
And
of
then he-
influencing him back
Yep.
to the water.
Okay. Well, 1 to go. There's not much doubt what bird he's sending for now.
That's right. There's only one left.
Big, athletic, powerful-looking dog, isn't he?
Yeah, his litter mate's the same. He's chops good. He chops that. Chop weighs 80 pounds, and I'm thinking Pope is right there too.
Oof. not that you don't always do it, but right here you just got to go for it. I mean, there's no like being defensive. And Rhodey gave a little shake of the head.
My guess is, yeah.
And you're maybe a little afraid. You know, there was a while yesterday you could point out to see a little more, and they'd bend in. But when you watch a couple dogs that just wanted to square hard across now. But right. And then he's going right back over the top, whether he of that. And he didn't stop, but he just kept going.
That was some fears of.
Now, knows where the bird is, doesn't he?
Like I said.
Yep. That's what.
I owned his litter mate, and he would have done that. And that's why when he got there, I said.
Good mark, bad line. I mean, if it's just about knowing where the mark is, he did know where the mark was. He knew the mark was. But he ran right over the top.
Correct.
Okay, it's my understanding we're going to take a short break here and go to a commercial. Judges are going to take a little break. And well, here we are at the 2025 Super Retriever Series Crown Championship presented by Purina. And we've run how many dogs? 4? This is our 4th? Third dog.
Third today.
Third dog.
Yesterday.
Yeah, one
So we have
4 of the 12.
4 of the 12.
We have 8 dogs to go. And we'll see you back here shortly, everybody. Thanks for being here.
The Super Retriever Series Crown Championship, presented by Purina Pro Plan. Pro Plan fuels more sporting dog champions than any other brand. Trusted by professionals and proven by champions. By the Shreveport-Bossier Sports Commission. Visit Shreveport-Bossier. By Garmin and Lucky Duck Kennels. The United Kennel Club and Splash Pools. And by Louisiana Tourism. Explore Louisiana.
Fieldbred Cocker, or the UK imported dogs that we have, are very sleek, athletic, and they don't know what quit means. At Raglan, we feed Pro Plan exclusively. We start with Sport Development, which is a 30-20 puppy food that all of our puppies will stay on that till they're a year old. Then we transition them to Sport Performance. When it is time to go to the field, they have the drive, and more importantly, more than the drive, they have the stamina to keep going. That's amazing.
She grew up fast. Will she remember these times and continue the tradition? You better believe it. Tell a new fish story with Garmin.
Two birds of a feather. We flock together every day, and I'll do anything to protect that loyalty. Durable, dependable, and downright dirty. And I'm not just talking about my dog.
Oh, let's see. Hope I get them right. You've got a 40-foot dock. It's 2 feet off the surface of the water. You can start your dog wherever you want. We only allow 1 handler and 1 dog on the dock. You can send your dog any way you like. They don't have to sit and stay. The sit and stay, in my eyes, is pretty important, though. Sit, 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 sit. Don't move. And then the handler will have a floatable, retrievable object that they have to toss out. Now, they can toss it however they want. Whatever they need to do to get the dog to go into the water. A floatable object that they bring back to you. They don't necessarily have to bring it back. Up here. Here. Slide. There are no corrections on the dock. You have to be nice to your dog on the dock, and sometimes the dogs know you have to be nice to them on the dock. Boy, you better sit down, please. They measure from the rear of the dog and give you a distance. It's a fairly simple sport, but you've got a lot of little nuances that make the difference between winning and losing. You got a dog, and you go, and they chase the bumper, and jump.
Pro Plan Sport. Trusted by experts in their fields. Proven in ours. With 30% protein and 20% fat to fuel strength and stamina, and amino acids to promote muscle recovery. It's high-performance nutrition that keeps hunting dogs strong. In the field, on the water, and everywhere you go. Get the Pro Plan advantage. Pro Plan Sport.
In my Louisiana, sunrise means fresh seafood on the table.
In my Louisiana, every meal is a celebration.
My Louisiana really makes me wonder.
Ours is fast!
With real-life swamp creatures!
In my Louisiana, music is a way of life.
My Louisiana is sheer magic, from sunup to sundown.
Till sunup again. What will your Louisiana be?
When you find your Louisiana, you feed your soul.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Training the dogs is one thing, but training the people, that's really where it is, because now they can be better to their dogs. Their dogs can trust them more, and they're going to be more successful. And I've done a lot of coaching of people at Nationals, and it's really what turns me on, is putting together the dog-handler combination and helping them understand each other. And, well, success is bound to happen when you can do that.
One thing about Wild Rose, we field test all the products that we recommend. Purina Pro Plan Performance 3020 gave us the energy level that we need. Nice shiny coats, clean teeth. We were able to reduce the amount of our feed in most dogs, which just shows that there was better nutrition there, better utilization of the product. These guys are my best friends, and we need to do everything we can to give them a quality of life. We owe them that.
A dog in motion stays in motion. You've got the vertical and you need that, but you're going to get the most distance if you have speed and the vertical.
They want the dogs to go as fast as they can down the dock, and smaller dogs, that usually lends themselves to more speed. Of course, the larger a dog is, the more muscles he has, sometimes the faster he can take off. So you have speed, you have weight, and of course you've always got the launch, and that's the difference between a long jumping dog and just an average dog.
It's a perfect combination of speed and lift that get the big jumps. The optimum angle of lift for an object moving forward to get the optimum distance is 45 degrees. To get our dogs to pop at a 45-degree angle at the speed that they carry is virtually impossible. So what we try to do is we try and compensate. I'm going to try you right here and let you walk a little bit. Say, you want to train them to run hard, but you don't want to tell them to slow down. So we take them and we shorten them up a little bit, and we pay attention to their angle of lift. They're going too fast, we might shorten them up a little bit so they get that pop. I would say it's speed, the launch, and the toughness of the dog. To make those kind of launches and hit that water, it takes a pretty tough dog to do that, because a lot of dogs will figure out that, okay, this bumper is going to be in the water anyway. I don't need to make this big jump. I'll just hop here in the water and swim out and get it for the boss, and everything's good, you know. Good girl. There's that fine line there. And a tough dog that has, I don't know what you call it, the spirit of the retrieve or something, the drive that makes them, that intensity.
Pro Plan believes exceptional nutrition fuels more than the days in your life. It fuels the life in your days. Pro Plan. Fuel for life.
The Super Retriever Series Crown Championship presented by Purina Pro Plan would like to thank all of our sponsors for their generous gifts to the Winner's Circle.
In my Louisiana, sunrise means fresh seafood on the table.
In my Louisiana, every meal is a celebration.
My Louisiana really makes me wonder.
Ours is fast!
With real-life swamp creatures!
In my Louisiana, music is a way of life.
My Louisiana is sheer magic, from sun up to sundown.
Till sunup again. What will your Louisiana be?
When you find your Louisiana, you feed your soul.
Pro Plan Sport is trusted by pros and proven by champions. With 30% protein and 20% fat to fuel strength and stamina, and amino acids to promote muscle recovery. It's high-performance nutrition that keeps hunting dogs strong. In the field, on the water, and everywhere you go. Get the Pro Plan advantage. Pro Plan Sport.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Training the dogs is one thing, but training the people, that's really where it is. Because now they can be better to their dogs. Their dogs can trust them more, and they're going to be more successful. And I've done a lot of coaching of people at Nationals, and it's really what turns me on, is putting together the dog-handler combination and helping them understand each other. And, well, success is bound to happen when you can do that.
The Shreveport Bossier Sports Commission is here to help you with your amateur, collegiate, professional, or Olympic sporting event. Centrally located in the Arklatex area, Shreveport Bossier is a premier sports destination, ideal for hosting sporting events of any size. With our wide variety of venues, including stadiums, convention centers, rivers, and universities, we are sure to have the perfect location for any event. Our team is ready to make your event a success. Visit us online at ShreveportBossierSports.com or on Facebook at Shreveport Bossier Sports Commission and let us host your next event.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome back again to the 2025 Super Retriever Series Crown Championship, presented by Purina Pro Plan. I'm Pat Burns, your host, and I'm here with Ron Anderson and Ray Vogt. Gentlemen, great to have you.
Glad to still be here. Glad to be here.
All right,
Pat.
so 4 series. Been pretty tough here this morning.
We've seen.
We haven't really seen, and we're waiting for the hand clap, the fist pump job, aren't we?
Yeah, we've seen a variety of different work. It's all been, every bird is, just about every bird is given some different problems.
Yeah.
So,
and Rhodey just had a challenging job, and he drove by the tent, and he just said, "Well, that didn't go the way I thought." Sometimes it happens that way.
That is exactly how
you
it
bet.
happens.
And if you haven't had that, you're going to. So who do we have? We have
Carter Turner and Joe.
Turner and Joe. Okay.
As you know, as Pat knows, because he was here, but Carter is our returning crown champion for the last 2 years.
2 years. That's right.
So
he's got a bullet.
He's
left
got a
there.
streak.
He's got a bullet
going on
left
here,
there.
and he's got him and Joe, and I know Joe's one of his favorites, so he's been around a while.
Joe's been solid. I mean, you know, he has
put up some good scores.
He could 30, 30, 60, 54. I mean, he's probably in striking distance.
Yeah, and as the numbers show there, I mean, it's a consistency game. The ones who can consistently do good work are the ones who hang around to the end.
And well, you can bet Carter he's got a plan, and whatever it is, it'll be entertaining, I promise you.
It will be that.
Okay.
I think we got a bird one problem. I don't know what we got here, if it's the gun or
four-wheeler's
what.
going out, radio wasn't working or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, there's a lot of moving parts here. We got a lot of moving parts with 5 stations, but they've done a great job, and we're what are we, a third of the way through this then, I guess?
Well, we've had a few delays, but the good thing is time is kind of on our side.
Right. We're at 11:46. We've got, you know, a couple hours probably of dogs yet to run.
Yeah.
If things stay on track, that would put us at about probably a 2 o'clock-ish finish. And this will be all we're going to do today. We've got to pack up and head back to Camp Minden, and I understand the site for our 5th series is very scenic and really a neat place, so I'm excited to see it.
Nice.
Ray, Camp Minden is an Army Reserve base, 16,000 acres, and pretty place.
Yeah, very nice. I got a tour of a lot of it on the first morning because I didn't get the address to the exact spot.
So you drove around the whole
So I drove around a good bit of it before I could, you know, and I called multiple people, and, you know, Lyle Steinman was the one who answered his phone and sent me the correct pin. So, but yeah, it's a big, beautiful place.
Yes, it is. One of the, somebody from the property came over to mow a little bit, and he had his tractor, and he said, what do you do? I said, I'm putting food plots out. So obviously they hung on that, and there's a lot of recreation going on out there.
I did see a deer stand or two on there.
Pretty spot, very, very sharp. So, and it's about 45 minutes from here.
To get, okay.
It's directly east of Shreveport, about 25, 30 miles. Well, here comes Carter
All right, here we
and
go.
Joe coming to line. And just to refresh your memory, we've got 2 field trial style marks. Joe is 9 years old, by the way. On the left, you can see the 2 white jackets out there. The left hand of the 2 on the left is the first one shot and thrown. Joe kind of snapped his head over there.
Kind of startled him
Looks
a little
like
bit.
he's.
Ooh, I'm not sure Joe
He's
got a look at
looking
the
left,
long
it
bird.
sure looks like.
Now, I can't quite tell. Maybe he did get the look. Joe goes, "What are we doing?" Well, when he hears that gun chuck, he's going to know.
Yeah,
he's going to know it's game on.
Change of gears right here.
Well, he said, he's still wondering, like, are we going to do those birds over there or not?
Yeah.
Okay, Carter blows a duck call to get things started.
Going.
So you see that umbrella kind of fell from the thrower and drew Joe's attention.
A little bit, yeah.
You are able to talk to him online. So
correct.
You can say here and pull him over. All right, Carter clears up his working space. He's definitely swung him in hard with the intent of going for the middle bird's second. The left hand of the 2 hunt test. Okay. Is he looking for something to jump up on? 2 years ago, Carter,
In case he needs it.
There was a water blind that it was a hard re-entry that you couldn't see him, and one of the sponsors' duck hunting boats was there. Oh, where are we at there, Joe?
Joe just missed that
A little
bird.
bit deeper. And Carter, in the clutch, just jumped up on top of this boat to get a better view and caught everybody by surprise. Joe's trying to make sense out of this.
He's going to have to do something here.
I think he's going to have to get.
Yeah, it's not good. Well, I'll tell you what. It's been rough going here this morning.
It has. Now.
Are you glad you ran yesterday?
I'm feeling pretty good about running yesterday afternoon at this point.
Yeah.
So now.
So half of the dogs that started this in the open division will go to the 5th. If you haven't run yet, you get down to that upper. Are you going to be more defensive?
I would think so, especially with, if you're in good that 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot. I would think you'd get.
So I mean, let's say you're one of the top dogs right there. You're going to handle quicker. I mean,
I would
that
think
would be
so.
defensive,
Yes.
right?
I would think you would handle quicker to go ahead and get that out the way, save some memory for all the rest you got to pick up.
But Carter knows he's got to.
He's got to make up ground. Yes.
I think that took Carter by surprise.
I think it did too.
I think that had something. I mean, obviously that's the excitement. He tries to send him quiet because he overran that.
Right. And then
but
then he checked
was
down
almost so quiet he almost stopped and rehunted the
gunner,
wipeout bird.
Yeah, that gunner station right there.
But he's going across now. But he's
pretty
far
must be
left.
pretty
He's,
left, huh? Yeah. He's on line to the.
He's in the area of the land blind.
Ray, the landblind was at the base of that tree, and that's exactly
where he's at.
I'm not sure.
And that was where? Was that where they threw one of those?
That's where they threw
the poison bird was sitting by the 2.
The
just to the right of the 2.
was,
right about where he hunted was where the poison bird gunner sat.
Mm-hmm.
And so Ron, you commented that you thought some of yesterday, the day before's test, left an impression that you didn't expect.
I think so. I think it left a bigger impression than we gave it credit for, with all that excitement that was there between the 2 birds, the 2 sluices, and not picking anything up. think Joe went right under the arc of that bird, and I don't know what the wind is doing now, but they were winding that bird yesterday from that spot where he went originally.
He was just, Joe never seemed to get with it. He never really, in other words, on the mat when they were shooting him, he never really leaned into any of those marks like you really saw him.
That's a good point, yeah.
That's just, you know, I mean, I thought it at the time, not knowing the dog that much, but after he got sent, I thought back about it and I said, you know, I know that feels like he's so far left, but that's just our angle. Now, well, I mean,
he's turning into the water.
He's kind of bending underneath the arc, but it just looks like it's. What's he going to do here now? If he doesn't wind it, if Joe does what he did over there, now you can see where that gunner and that hay bale, but he broke down. But he's not. It doesn't feel like he's. But he
may be able
to come back and look, but he's a little worried. You can tell the way he's acting. But there he goes.
There he goes.
There it is.
From there.
Well, he wasn't very far from it the first time, but. Carter does a lot of kind of, when I say talking to himself, that's just his routine.
I think he goes through the runs.
Yeah.
Visually.
You'll see him kind of lean and almost like a golfer might do after he has a swing, and maybe the swing he didn't want, he kind of shadow swings a little bit to say, maybe I could have done it a little different. Something's going to change because the attraction to the right, to go, you know, which looked like it was happening early, doesn't, for whatever reason, doesn't feel like it's.
Doesn't feel like it.
Like it's as attractive as it was.
But is it more of the attractive, or the handlers are pushing them more?
Well, they definitely are.
They definitely push them down the shore more.
Oh, they definitely are. Well, I mean, and right now it looks like looks like he did exactly what he needed to do.
Which is what I would do, given the information from the.
But that's obviously that's a product of the push off of the bird he just retrieved.
Correct.
And because of it, and it's push because they're trained. It's not natural. It's a trained behavior, which is what, and it's a good trained behavior. Don't go back to the place you've just been. Puts them in a good spot here. How many times, Ray, have you had this big test and you got this bird that and you're thinking about it and you screw up a bird long before you ever get to it and you
and there's a lot going on here. Here, as we've seen on this, especially on the right-hand side of this deal, these last couple, have had some trouble on the right-hand side.
You're going through your head, where am I going to point? How am I going to manage these two left-hand birds? But you end up not doing the two right, because he's certainly on target to do a solid job on the field trial aspect of this if he keeps on that track. Because you can see the bird, I think.
Yeah, you can see.
It's a little longer throw today.
Yeah.
But it's between, and that he's bearing down right.
Correct. Yeah, he was
in the direction of the bird.
He was under the arc up. Now he's working his way right to it. Looks like still a little bit under the arc, but yeah, he's gonna be fine when he gets out.
Now, does he remember the bird? Is he remembering his training? Probably a bit of both.
Yeah, I'd say a little bit of both.
Well, you can see why Carter was pushing in there, because he had confidence that this dog had the background and the fundamentals to stay in the water there, and it probably will take him right to the bird. Does he see it there to the right? Yeah. He said, "Oh yeah, there it is." Okay, well, that was a pretty set on the left, but
good set, Mark.
So good on the right too. So Carter goes up and takes his hat off and thanks everybody under the tent, shows respect. Now,
guns up, please, guns up.
Anything can happen, I guess, because we've got more to go, but
I got it, bro. Thank you.
It's going to be a tough road to hoe if Carter's going to defend his title or even get in the position to do that, but we see in sports and athletics, there we go. Rhodey comes up with a 134, comes up with 257. So we don't have any dogs in the open division under 200 yet. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dogs in the amateur division under 200, but that's with 12 run. We've got 7 to go. That sounds right.
7 to go. Mm-hmm. Yep. And we're about to get into that point where you talked about, defensive versus offensive.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get to that. There's ones that are in the top 6.
Yes. I got to think that you got to be certainly not taking these right birds for granted in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Or somebody said up here that had run, I guess maybe it was you, Ron, it was more difficult to get your dog focused on the right side than you expected it would be. Is that true?
That is true. Correct.
If you have a two-sided dog, would you watch those birds on the right over there if you had to do it over?
The way the chair's set up, you got the gun stand in the bucket, and it looks like it'd be a little awkward.
But somebody
could move.
Somebody moved the chair yesterday to do just that.
Yeah, Rip is actually two-sided, but I found out when I got to doing more and more of the hunt test stuff with the shotgun, the two-sided made it more confusing for him. Because when you would go to say heel, you'd want to switch sides. So
Carter gives Joe a pat on the side and good boy swimming.
Yeah.
All right.
BJ.
Well, there's Lyle getting the chair just where he wants it.
So this is Lyle and AJ, and the story about AJ is that AJ has some 6-week-old puppies at home. So she just had puppies 6 weeks ago.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and he
that's impressive.
Yeah, very. And they bred AJ.
Well, you would never know it by looking at it, would you?
No, she looks great. But
and how old is she? 6?
6, and they bred AJ to Toombs.
Well, that's got it.
So
got it. What kind of looks did we get? And he's going to re-cue that long bird.
She made a little move.
You
back
notice
to the
that
right there.
He's got the shells already in his hand. He's trying to.
That's not a bad idea.
To limit all.
That's not a bad idea. To kind of speed it up a little bit. Yeah.
Necessary. Just because you're right. It was like some of those dogs acted like, I guess it's an O-bird or.
Yeah.
I mean, they just acted like. Unlike you would do in hunting, they put the gun on the side of the dog in this because they get.
Yeah.
It helps point out the guns better.
That's something I've learned because when I first started with HRC style stuff years ago, we shot everything like you were, like right-shouldered.
Right.
And what has evolved over the last recent years is shooting more left-shouldered because you can
look over the top of the dog.
You can look over the top of the dog and see and do a little bit of job of the dog looking down the gun. That takes some practice.
Yes, it does. It looks a little awkward.
It feels awkward.
Because, the reason a lot of people started getting dogs to run off the right, because if you were a left-handed shot, you wanted to have the gun barrel not over the dog's head.
Correct. Yeah.
In a hunting situation, with the muzzle blast. Okay. Well, AJ's making, he knows there's a bird there. It looks like he's a little deep. But, oh, okay. Well, there's your defensive deal right there.
There you go.
There's, oh, but you better finish it.
Yeah, you got the. So that
he was at risk.
That will draw some. You know, he was trying to handle in the area. So
Right.
I mean, and kind of what we talked about earlier.
109 for Joe and Turner there popped up.
Mm.
Puts him at 223. Again, we're yet to get a dog under 200 in this division.
223. Where does that put him? Does that put him?
It puts at 223 in the open division. Scott Greer is 226. Bobby Wills is 248. Luke is 220. Brody's 257. 220 puts him in second
as of right now. So that puts that.
You've got to be better than 6 dogs to get to the.
Yeah.
Yes. Pat, I'll shoot.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. All right. Well, Ron just helped me with the scoreboard. To just, I had
the button
all
being hit open and it sorted for you.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right. Well, if you're looking at the scoreboard, Ron just showed me. If you look at the top on the left, you can look at all of them. You can look at just the amateur and just the open. Well, that's well done.
Take some thinking out of it now.
Okay.
All right.
So far, so good. Well, he had that
handle
on the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Sends a little bit.
Right. She's looking a little right.
But it just kind of depends. Has he got a crick in his neck, or is he trying to will him over to the left?
I think he's trying to will him.
Boy, he looks like he's thinking the end of the lake, doesn't he? That is such a tricky bird.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good bird.
Oh, it's a great bird.
It's really that 2 to 3 down the shore, you got to be disciplined. You can't be undisciplined, but you can't just get in and stay in.
She's in an excellent spot for the long one.
He is. And
well,
so
she holds it.
The first test dog and Leah are the only 2 dogs to get the short left bird after getting the long bird before.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Am I
without handling?
Without handling.
Yeah.
Correct.
But it's hard. It's hard to get it's been hard to get what I would call a good handle on that short bird going for it. Because if you can't get near it sometimes. Mm-hmm. But they don't want any part of it after doing this. Now, this is a little different though, to me, because it's not like he went right at it 80% of the way and broke off of it.
Right.
He committed to this long bird.
She started off
long. She started pretty right.
Almost this instant she hit the water. And maybe she leaves her a little more comfort to
get out early.
To go left here without missing the water, but still hard. It's such a slippery slope with the balance thing, and that's what you're looking at here. Mm-hmm. They're doing this to be ultimately compliant. I mean, there's no other reason a dog would do this. He's just trying to do what he's spent the majority of his life doing, is staying in the water when he's told.
Yeah, swimming to the end.
You just do and these dogs are the ones that had the good disciplined water blinds. And now, it helps you on this bird. It just makes it a little tricky on the next one. And that's consistent in the Field Trial Nationals, Ray. I mean, you just if you can't just be disciplined and you still got a mark. Well, there's
very good.
Pretty much a perfect long bird.
Well, Lyle talked to me earlier, so that took one of his, he was a little worried since AJ had just had the puppies, but not making that big swim. From a stamina standpoint, well, I think she
proved that
she's okay with that.
When I watched her swim, though, she's got a pace that conservative. You know, she's not slow, but she's not fighting the water. You know, some of those dogs just, you can tell they're wearing themselves out because they just, and she's a real smooth swimmer, enjoying the ride. Ray, do you ever think, like on a deal like this, do you want to manage a return? And I mean, do you think that return has any effect on the line out on the next one?
I think it could. You know,
so would you like, if you want to keep her to the right there?
Yeah, I think I'd want to keep her
pure
out in the water a little bit here to leave that shoreline open. I feel if she came right
she looks
back
like
down that
she,
shore,
you know,
I'd be a little nervous that they might push off that where they just came from. So I'd probably want to keep her to the right, you know, keep her out in the water here.
So have you ever seen a dog, I saw this happen in field trial one time where a dog picked up that long bird, came back through, picked up the short bird as well and brought them both in.
Oh.
Got third.
Wow. Really? Never seen that.
Now, but if they spit one out, they pick the other one up.
You can't switch.
They got both the hand.
That happened a long time ago.
Wow.
Only time I've ever seen it. But it made me think of it there. You know, it'd be hard to get two of these in your mouth. But two ducks, a dog with a big mouth was able to do. And I'm thinking, like, wow, how do they score that mark? The second one, you know?
I mean, yeah.
Do you score it from? But anyways, well. But the other thing that was interesting, on the first series, a handful of the dogs that almost got the poison bird in the first series, that really saw it, there were a few of them, they really remembered it because they had just looked at it and almost picked it up. And, and they went like, I know there's a bird right there, I just saw it. I almost tasted it. And where I thought, like, oh, they're not going to want to go anywhere near it. And actually, a couple dogs, you could see that they went, well, I saw that. And they went in there easier. But it's, I don't think I think she was just maybe conserving energy a little bit and just coming back. All right, here you go. What does he got? Oh, yeah. The short gunner was thinking about running out to a station.
Yeah, luckily he. All right, so Lyle's going to do some serious talking.
She looks positive here.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. Look, now you're really. Oh, now see right there. She just. You're really just trying to talk her in there now. Boy, you're going to know after he gets in the water and starts swimming. Well, there's that crick in his neck again.
Yeah, that's right.
He's trying
that left lane.
He's trying to will her a little bit left. No, maybe he's.
No,
looks pretty darn good. Take it down. Well, yeah, we're going to take our shade canopy down just so that I'm hiding these guys. I'm not letting them see this bird, but we have some shade screen here that we don't need anymore. Hey, looks like he's
going to be right in the switch.
He's going to see it. I can see it. Right there.
All right.
Very good.
Well done. Well done.
I think Lyle liked it.
I would guess that we've got our first dog under 200 in the open.
Yep. Now, Ray, and I can see the left side of the pond.
Now we'll get to see what's happening here. Yeah.
Ron and Ray were look at the screen because we had the shade screen up and they couldn't see the left-hand bird. Don't have any excuses anymore.
Let's go, baby.
Well,
baby.
Lyle got a fist pump there.
Joe and Turner with a 109.
109. There you go.
Joe and Turner.
So hit your.
Yep. All right.
All right, guns up, guns up.
Oh, Carter Turner, 223. So.
All right, here we go. Dog to the line.
Lyle. And AJ comes in with a 116. Good shot. He's gonna be well ahead of the 5 dogs before him. This is Clark and Daisy. Comes in with a 100.
Fabio, black female.
Clark had a 6. Was our low score.
First series.
First series.
First series.
Third one.
Good look at it. Okay, so Clark resets.
Pulls her off the mat a little bit.
Yeah, pulled it off a little bit, but he said, all right, go ahead and watch a while. He says, all right, Daisy, come on over here. We got to do something here first. All right, I think you guys, I turned my mic off to do something there, and I forgot to turn it back on. I'm sorry, everybody, and I'm back. All right. So Daisy had our low score on our first series. He'd love to have the low score on this series.
Yeah, I think Daisy saw the middle bird. I'm not sure about the right bird. She she kind of pulled back left.
Copy that, yeah.
And then he got her back right, but I couldn't tell from this angle. I mean, whether or not she saw it but.
You go out and have a positive mark on this middle bird here. I think unless they line by it, you got a reasonable chance. Now, what's going on? She's
a little wide.
Right at the, okay, come on back, okay. Bird's a little more to the right, isn't it? Up in line with that camper in the background?
Yes, should be right there, yep. There's I think there's a little knoll, a little mound out there just on the side.
That's a nice spot. I mean, it's just kind of not a lot to mark off of. It's you notice it's kind of part way up the hill. Well, there you go, Lyle with a 27. Well, I knew it was good. There's our discussion on that defensive handle.
That's right. He got that handle in the area.
Pretty much was exactly what you talked about.
I will see here. He's going left side of the test.
Oh, wow.
She did not. It did not look to me like she saw this right-hand bird at all.
So I'm thinking that since he went here, it's indicating that he thinks she didn't see it either. So he's gonna.
Yeah, that wouldn't be plan A, I wouldn't think, do you?
Yeah. No, I would not think so.
I think you try to get this and then, yeah.
The question is, do you save that bird for last? Or do you try to go, as we talked about before, trying to do these two left-hand birds as a pair seems like a certainly a more conventional way to do it.
Right. She's pushing down the shore a little bit.
She's going to get out.
Very good.
Now he's going to go right.
It looks like he's going right.
If you swim down that long bird next, you just have so much bleed time. Since this other, to save it for last, but it'll be a.
What would be your instinct way to do next?
I mean, I'd like to think my first deal would have been to pick it up the way everybody else was doing it, with getting the 2 right-handed.
No, but I mean,
she came in and whirled around and was
in
real
this
positive.
situation right now. What bird would you be going for? The right bird?
With this wind, probably going for the right-hand bird. Try to get to the holding blind.
Well, he's keeping her a little loose.
You know, if you get that clump of grass, we got a left to right wind again. I think that would be my. I'd try to be for sure under.
He's got the line.
Yeah.
She needs to.
He's got the line. And he.
I just.
Oh,
she popped.
Ah!
I mean, I think that was that uncertainty we saw there with
Yeah,
having seen that bird.
I think she.
Well, I didn't see it coming though. He looked like he did.
No, she didn't. She didn't
act. She didn't act uncomfortable on line.
I mean, she kept going. You
Boy,
would
and
have
she
thought
wasn't.
She'd have a shot to smell it.
She didn't
She had
have
a
to
shot to
remember
get
it.
there.
If she'd have gone a little further, she'd
Yeah.
have smelled it. All right, Daisy's got this big swim left.
Big swim left. Yep.
Yeah, I just think it would have been really hard. I mean, I think he did what he had to do there. I don't know how you would. By the time you do that long bird next,
And then
trying
try to
come
talk
back
her,
over
and
here
then talk
makes
her
sense.
over there. I think, yeah, I agree.
Daisy!
So as Daisy starts her swim, what we're talking about, since that was kind of our first pop, is the pop is, you know, it's 5, but you had to proceed the cast, so it ends up being 7 points.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
And then,
Okay.
and then you roll into the fact that
Then he handed.
but it didn't pop in the area, so then you got that
Okay.
2 there. Or they'll have to decide whether or not it popped. She popped in the area, but
Okay.
yes.
Looks like we got a pretty good start.
Well, he
going
does.
here.
He does.
Yeah, he's got a good swim going.
We've yet to see a dog do this test without handling today.
We have not. Daisy's putting a good swim on. She is going right where she needs to be to get the bird. I would think.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that would make me feel pretty good as a
Right
handler
there.
right now.
Yeah, she's going.
Well, and that's probably why he was comfortable leaving this for last, because he had the confidence he could get her to swim to the end.
Swim to the end. Yep.
So yeah.
You know, we see the wind picking up again. That's, you know, going to help them stay out there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like she knows where she's going. It'll be interesting if we see now with this left to right wind, if we see anybody else kind of go out in the middle a little bit.
Yeah,
like
blow
we
them
had
all.
early.
Correct. If it'll-
But nobody's caved left on that longbird today.
Well, Bobby's dog ended up remember it was
Way
out
back.
wide, and then it kind of
Correct. Got wide and got left.
yeah.
All right.
Very nice there. Okay.
So next question, if y'all just was watching Clark, nothing, just in field trials, on these big swims, While you're just watching the dog swim, are y'all more apt to pace on the mat or stand around or just go sit next to the judges or sit down? And because I've run a couple of these where they just have a chair there and you can just sit there and watch them swim.
A lot of it depends a little bit. A day like today, I think I would sit in the shade. Well, a lot of times I would do that or pull a cooler over or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially if you had a few dogs to run. Well, there's our board there. Well,
and we'll see where
Lyle's the first one to break 200, and he did it.
I think
so. He's, I think substantial.
I think that will definitely bump him up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think.
Yeah, because he was in 7th coming in, and
so Lyle's worst series was his first, but he's been
consistently
really jumped on the second and did.
So Clark was the start of the top 6.
Correct. Yeah. Clark and Daisy were the start of the top 6.
Right. As of right now, right?
Correct.
Coming in.
Coming in.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Coming in.
Right.
She was in 6th spot coming in. And yeah.
I mean, real good on those left 2. Shouldn't get many points there. Will just be that that one bird on the right that had.
Right. Yep.
We'll see what that does.
So at 100. So Lyle, with being in the clubhouse, he's 43 points. If she gets 44 or larger, she'll go behind Lyle. Yep.
All right.
I mean, I think, Pat, you were asking before about knowing your scores and things. I mean, that certainly would change your approach a little bit if you knew where you're sitting, what you needed to either stay in or move up, or if you need to really swing for the fence, or if you can be more defensive, like we talked about. Seeing some of those guys in the top 6 now. I mean, obviously they're still trying to do a good job, but you can play your hand a little bit differently now, knowing that what you need to stay into that top 6.
Yep. So what amounts to here, if he gets a 44 or above, Lyle's guaranteed to be in the finals, right?
Right.
With 5, because there's 5 dogs to go, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Well,
and that could be.
Judges have plenty of time, to work on those scores with the swim back time. This should be, I tell you what, in training, half the time what we'd be doing, we'd be starting the other dog while this dog's returning.
Yeah.
To speed things up if you had a bunch of dogs.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you figure out with these big swims is how to be efficient instead of just watching them swim back in training, as far as,
So I know you guys
whatever you
don't
got going on
honor,
to start.
but this is the game of anything goes, from what I can see. You ever see them doing that, where they would be running one dog while the other dog's returning? There's a huge chance of interference.
I would think not, because of the interference. Years and years ago, you could have an honor dog.
That's not allowed?
It's not allowed anymore because of what you said there. Because what they could do years ago is you could put the honor dog, they would throw a mark, and the honor dog could go get it.
Oh.
Or something, but it's not completely fair if the honor dog runs out and steps on it, and you're sitting there waiting to go, and the honor dog puts on a big hunt, and this and that, and you're eating up memory. They used to throw say you threw a multiple, 3.
Yeah.
Or say 4, and the last one down, the honor dog went and got.
This is not an honor dog.
Well, right. Sure, but
the honor dog is the dog. We called it cold honor, where you have to watch a dog retrieve prior to you doing anything.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, I wonder if Lyle arranges the furniture in his house like that all the time. He's very particular. I'll tell you what he is going to do. He's going to keep the same routine. All right.
Is that?
Got Jordan.
Jordan is 10 years old. She's got every title out there, just about, other than the Crown Champion title.
Well, the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dogs are all within 12 points of each other.
The next, I'm sorry?
The next 5 dogs are within 12 points of each other.
Ooh, so we got, there's
so they're really bunched up here.
It'll be interesting to see how
Guns
this
are a
plays
little bit
out,
more obvious.
If you get some separation here on these next few dogs, or if they're going to go into the 5th bunch up like that. That could make a real interesting 5th series.
It's a lot of experience at the line right there.
Yes, there is.
Third one.
Well, she sure seems like she saw it. It's going to take a little more chance to just cue her in. Is he cueing her on the long one or the shorter one?
Yes.
I couldn't tell, could you?
My guess is,
or maybe, huh?
But I don't know.
Yeah.
But you couldn't tell, no.
No. There's a little chuckle, feeding chuckle there.
And that one came out of high and fast, didn't it? Looks like she got a good look at both of those.
Well, I think Jordan's the first one we can definitely say for a couple dogs that I think got a good look at everything.
Everything.
Yes. Sure seemed like it.
Seems like it. She
So, Lyle's got it. Not even worried about making her sit. He's probably trying to keep her. What bird? Do you think he sent for the right bird?
I think he sent for the left bird. But she...
Well, she's going
under the arc.
Under the arc of the left bird.
I think he sent for the left bird. I think she just pushed off a little bit there.
Is he going to do the same thing? Is he going to... I bet you he does. I bet you if she makes
one more loop,
she's going to come back.
She's going to work her back to it.
She's going to come back in.
Yeah, you're just going to get it. That would be where your strategy, you know, once you got that loop, you got the in the air. You know, when she started to come back, I think if she had turned away,
correct,
that would be the time you would handle, because now you got the handle in the area versus.
Yeah, because she indicated. Yeah, exactly, exactly. There's that east wind.
Okay. She seems like she's standing up and looking like she knows what that is.
And we don't. Do we have Clark's score yet?
Yeah,
I think they're going to show it up on the screen here in a minute.
Yes, Daisy got a 49.
Okay.
That's pretty nice there. Good enough.
Yeah, she
nice
well.
There you go, right there on the screen.
49. So that does that put him behind? That puts him into second right now.
Yes. Yes, that bumped up. I put AJ in first.
Okay.
In first with
in the clubhouse.
Yep. First
Well,
in the
and
clubhouse.
guaranteed AJ would
be top
it guarantees
six.
AJ makes the final.
Guarantees AJ's in the top 6. It does. Yes.
Well, good start for Jordan. Jordan makes a move towards the water.
Pretty good spot.
Seems like she's a little, you could tell, she's definitely thinking.
Mm-hmm. She self-corrected there a little bit.
You're going to know more
when you send this next one. That was nice right there.
Oh, so she had a little shorter throw and she went out there and stabbed it. I thought, I didn't really watch the throw that much. Some of them are much closer to the edge of the water. Well, she certainly got one. She's got one to go here, and she's not hurt herself at all yet.
No, she's got a pretty good run going here.
Jordan!
Well, there's the nice big firm send. That tells you get in and go to the end. Now, it's all going to depend on what her move is, because she's a little left of where he probably wants to be, but initially.
Yeah, we'll see if she pushes off that shoulder.
Yeah.
Her butt's up a little bit. She's definitely thinking. When their rear end's a little bit out of the water, they're a little more concerned.
She looks like she's got
definitely
a
made
little
a little move
here.
right.
She's staying right, but she's glancing a little left there. There's a good little push.
Yeah, she's getting a little push off.
Another little push. There's a little left, a slight left move. So let's talk about this.
No,
all right, you tell me right now. What are you thinking, Ron? What are you thinking right now?
I think she's getting left now.
No, but you're on the mat. What are you thinking right now?
You let her roll.
Okay, let her roll.
She
made a move there when she hit like.
Yeah, see now she's got her feet under her, but she's still not in a bad spot.
No, she's not. She just
found the hard ground. What you're really thinking from the mat is don't find the holding line up there.
Well,
that was a good move right there.
There's some training there, people. Okay.
Now she got to think.
Come on, girl. There it is.
There you go.
Ooh-wee. Well,
I know Lyle was happy about
certainly,
that.
Certainly,
there's a lot of.
You're seeing some emotion there. You're thinking, why isn't he pumping? Well, he's probably
he's pretty proud.
He can't pump because he's up there crying, and we've all. If you don't feel.
Yeah, she's.
It's one of those deals where. Here's why he's crying, because this dog's giving him everything she's got. For how old is she? 10.
She's 10
years old.
I bet you, he's thinking of all 10 years of this dog's life and the time he spent with her. And
there you go. I don't know that he's had her in the finals before.
Well, she's going to be in
it there now.
And then
is there.
Well, there's our first dog to do the. And boy,
that was a nice one.
I don't remember exactly what he did on the right hand. Was he?
Was quick. Right hand bird was perfect.
Right hand bird was perfect.
Well, the only bird
she just had a little.
The only bird he hunted a little bit was the left hand.
Left hand bird. Yep.
This is well. Certainly going. He set the bar, if nothing else. Is it legal to hug her before she gives you the bird?
I think it is, because like, as you pointed out, they don't really watch.
I know for a fact it's legal tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he's going to hug her when he comes up.
He may hug her today.
She gets behind this tent, but
yeah.
She says, Dad, did I do good?
Yeah.
Boy, did you watch her think her way through that?
Yeah, she did.
That was impressive. Way to go, buddy.
Nice job.
go, dog to the line. Good luck, Bobby.
How many birds do you think that dog's retrieved in their lifetime?
Wow. A number. A big number.
Whew. Alrighty. It can be done.
It can be done.
There's Bobby, a legend, coming up to the line.
9-year-old dog, another experienced dog.
Another very experienced dog. Back to back here.
A lot to be said for that.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this before while he's watching these birds. I can think of a number of 10-year-old dogs that have won national field trial championships.
When you get to that age, experience is there. It's just usually the...
And if their body is held up.
The body is what...
Their vision's still good.
Yep.
And their heart's still in it.
There you saw him use that gun on that left side there to influence him back because he glanced to the right and he used that gun to get him to look back to the left there.
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh.
Really?
Oh, wow.
What? Was it the right-hand bird? Was it too low?
I wasn't watching. To be quite honest, I was watching the dog.
It had to be on the right-hand bird.
Wow. A 12.
Oh, my goodness. There you can see it, people.
Mm-hmm.
Lyle and Jordan post a 12.
Bird 4.
Well, there's some separation.
Bird 4. Y'all get reset.
Oh yeah, that bird was real short. Only came out, it must have went straight up and down because it was only a couple steps out from
the cover.
From the cover there.
All right, here we go. Dog to the line.
We've had 3 no birds on this deal, and it's all 3 have been Bobby.
That's a good point.
You know, sometimes it just feels like everything.
Sometimes, yeah.
Doesn't it just feel like it just?
So that
stacked.
Jordan is our low score in this test for both days.
Mm.
Lee and Kane posted a 26. Ron, you posted a 31 yesterday?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Rip and Jordan are both with 111.
I saw that. Both tied at 111.
That one's getting out there.
Yeah,
further.
Yeah.
There we go.
From our angle, the dogs, right when that young man gets ready to throw, the umbrella kind of goes and draws some dogs.
On the short one.
On the short one.
Yeah, I've noticed that he's getting himself ready to go, and
he's dropping that time. He actually, I think, dropped it earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah. Some of the other times, he's right before he throws. And it's kind of pulling him.
Yeah. Okay, here he goes. I think he sent for the middle bird, and he's going right at the gun. He's going to go just behind.
Now you just say, go get that other one.
Well, I don't think he's hunted either at this
No,
point.
I don't
think so. Now I think he's committed to this one now. He definitely.
He was pretty close to that right-hand bird.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
That was a good.
That's a good handle.
Smart
there.
move there.
Yeah, I think so because he had
Well, and he was at risk. I think at that point he had committed to hunting the left hand of the two.
Yeah, I think
the middle one.
When he switched side, when he got on
and
that
if
side
he'd have gone
of the
back right, he
that'd have been a
could have been in
switch.
deep trouble.
Yeah.
Have a phone duck call going off.
Legend taking them.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Bobby says, "Do I want this bad enough to?"
I guess he didn't like.
You know what? You just got to
He
say
didn't
this.
like our mat we made for him.
Yeah.
The line mat there.
Clean up on aisle 3. But you got, just sometimes funny things happen. You got to keep your composure and kind of settle in. And he's going like, I don't really want to step in that, but I really want to get this mark.
It's come more into play on these next 2 marks.
Yeah. Well,
You should smell that holding blood there.
more than the dog just having to go, it's probably as much as anything, just some anxiety and excitement on the dog's part. And he kind of lined by that thing, and oh, there he comes back. There he comes back.
Yeah, he had the wind. You can really see the wind on the grass that's in front of that holding blind there, and that's a good spot to smell the holding blind.
Yes.
Well, that's a lovely breeze for our comfort, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Humidity's gone down a little bit. Bobby's on his way to intending for the left bird of the 2.
The way the wind is kind of switched
Yes.
now,
I think you're winded on the outside.
Yep.
If you're willing to.
Looks like the little longer bird again.
Mm-hmm. Let's see it.
Yeah. Right now, strongest the wind's blowing all day.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It's gonna be interesting, right?
It's all going to depend on whether if the dog smells this, but his conscience overrides his nose.
Correct.
That's what it's going to be. If he's almost by it, yeah, he's not.
I think he's committed.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh. Was that a matter of smelling it?
I think it was. But
he didn't really throw his head up.
Did you see that fish break water right in that corner? I mean, it was just a little bit of a commotion. And maybe it had nothing to do with it, but it's right where he went.
Mm-hmm.
And when I don't think he would.
It looked to me like a smart old dog.
Well,
yeah,
I think he was,
right.
to be honest, right. He knew there was a bird down there somewhere because when he turned left, if he really winded it, he would have gone right to the bird, I think.
I think so, because I think
And
he
he went
passed
and-
it and then.
He actually put out a little hunt. I don't think where any of them have landed. So I think Ray's right. I think it's a smart old dog that had a darn good idea. There was a bird right down there, somewhere down there. There's way more pushing than pulling going on this end, really. There is.
That's a good start.
And you can.
Mm-hmm.
These are the seasoned school dogs, and that's see what he does here, but this is feeling. What was Lyle's first dog, AJ?
Mm-hmm.
Feels like it's working out to be a similar job to that. Similar handle on the middle, maybe a little bigger hunt on the right. But he's got to get this long one.
I love that he's kind of glancing to the left there. A couple times.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of.
You just root for the dog.
But you remember,
you know, you just it's like, come on, stay in there, stay in there, stay in there.
Remember Jordan? I mean, the minute she hit the lunge water, she pulled right.
Yeah.
Minute, and this dog has pulled right a little bit himself. Well, you can see the bird literally over the top of the dog's head, up in the grass a little bit, the little white dot. We're gonna know in just a second whether this dog gets back in or breaks left.
Decision point.
He's about to get his feet under him. Oh, that's a little.
Okay. Well, once again, there's the trained dog move. Now, what are you gonna do? A little further away. No, you're gonna go over to the bird.
Get it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank y'all. All right.
Another pretty good job there.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty solid job.
Yeah, we've hit some pretty good solid jobs here lately.
Yes. Well, and it stands to reason. These are the dogs that are on their game. That's
correct.
That's why they're running more.
We're in the top 6 to begin with, right?
Correct, exactly.
Right.
That's why they've got the scores they've gotten all week, because they are.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's our board. Lyle and Lyle, first and second right now with Clark. So that camp is that 1, 2, and 3 as of this point, and the rest are 220, 223, and 226.
Mm-hmm. So we got 3 dogs left, right?
Yeah, we do. We have
Onyx
Steven,
is next. Yep.
Luke, and then Clark again.
Mm-hmm.
There should be Steven and Onyx coming up.
I see I'm in the holding blind.
So Lyle with AJ pulled a 27 with a similar handle on the middle bird. But you're going to be somewhere
this one
around 30.
The lines were a little bit further right on both birds. Took the right hand gun, so it'll be a little bit higher.
Yeah.
I would if I had to guess.
Between 30 and 40?
Yeah, but I mean, not
wild guess from 2 guys that have never.
It's pretty easy to judge from back here. Under the tent, right?
It's not only easy to judge from back here. We can tell all the things we would have done different.
Of course.
The epitome of
armchair quarterback.
Maybe we're armchair handlers.
Yeah.
Nice, Bobby.
Guns up, guns up.
Well, here we go. Mr. Durrance.
And Onyx, who was this year's
runner-up.
Runner-up for Team of the Year.
You're right.
Runner-up for Team of the Year, which was a really close race.
All right, here we go. Dog to the line.
Well, there's 2 there's the amateur Team of the Year still in. Lyle's, what was the dog Lyle was Team of the Year with?
Jet.
Who's not in.
Correct.
But our number 2 dog is in. Steven and Onyx coming up here.
7-year-old black male.
Good looking dog here. 7 years old. Well, it's the time when they're at their best right here. This age. Oop. Yeah, you see him raise his head up a little bit. He glances back at the shotgun.
Here.
Trying to get him to see that bird. I don't know what he saw. He's going to have a hard time. I'm not sure he saw either of those really well. To you?
Not real well. It looked like he kind of glanced over at the end.
Yeah, I think you're right. He glanced
but he
back.
didn't really get a chance to track him very good. It didn't look like.
No, I think he saw him at portions of the arc.
I think Steven's trying to get an idea on which one he thought he saw best.
Correct.
He feels like he's setting up for the right one. Yeah, I definitely made a little pull there. Well, you can box him into that middle bird if you can go out there and get this one, I think, a little bit. Well, where's it?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
He sure doesn't act like he didn't see it.
Look at the grass again. The grass just switched. The wind just did a 180 out there, and that's going right to left now.
Yeah. A few minutes ago, you winded it from under the arc. Now you
But he's found the
outside.
gun, and he's in relationship to the gun. You'd think he...
That ought to get it right there.
Right there.
Ooh.
Here.
Yeah. That's when you got to be afraid the wind shifts back the other way and wins that middle bird in.
A little short.
Boy, I thought he was going to get that bird.
A little deeper now.
He had that feel about him. Boy, he was not that far from it.
No, he didn't miss it much.
So I mean, I would think that'd be a handle in the area, right?
I think that's what Steven was trying for, but I think he got him a cast refusal in there with it. But yes, I think he's definitely trying to get the handle, was trying to handle it in the area because he had established, you know.
Here.
No, he's going for the left.
Wow.
Let that area cool off a little bit.
A little
where he
bit,
just
yeah.
handled, I think.
Oh, looks like Alex is left.
It's not quite what Steven had in mind.
No, I don't think he did.
Break out.
That's about where the guy stood, right there. Very 10-step like, huh, Ray?
Yes.
You know, a drill that we'll do. And again, that dog's relating to where that thrower was when he threw it. He's smelling the scent of the person, of the gunner. And he's trying to make sense out of that.
Going for another
handle
area.
area. I mean,
Correct.
you got to definitely, that's it.
Yeah.
Steven's going to go, he's setting up to go for the middle bird on the right.
Heel.
It's interesting to see people how they manage the bird. Steven always gets rid of it and then resets. Some hold on to it. I'm more prone to keeping the bird in my right hand and then not getting rid of it until I've sent the dog. That's just style.
That's kind of what
Same for me.
I usually try to get them to come in and get the look
Fix before you take it out.
Forget the look before I take it,
well.
and still hold it because
But maybe he just wanted to kind of. Ooh, he's taking a line, but
crack your tail.
He does. Really? I don't know though. Yeah, he's coming back now.
Yeah.
I thought there was a real risk of him lining up to those buildings.
I think he is.
I think he's.
How close is he? This is what's so different, you know. We come from our world. We think, well, he's handled on more than he's game over, but he's actually had 2 handles in the fall
For
area,
sure.
right?
Correct,
Yeah,
too.
maybe all of them.
Maybe all of them. Yeah.
Potentially all of them.
Yeah. That's just.
There's Bobby, 59 for Bobby and Legend.
59 for Bobby?
Bobby and Legend. Yeah.
Okay.
So what does that do for us? So
Well, we're
we've got to
gonna find
refresh
out
the
right
leaderboard.
Puts Bobby at 154. 154. Take a look at here how that plays. Puts him in 4th place.
Behind Lyle and behind
Clark.
Clark.
And so Lyle's 1-2 right now, then Clark, then Bobby.
On it!
There's our right.
Well, these last 3 dogs are fighting for the 6th position.
Yeah.
Because you go 111, 143, 149, 154, and then it goes all the way to 220. Well, here's the Onyx making the big swim across the lake. Onyx comes in here with an 89.
Wow. Yeah.
Looks like we're making some progress in the right direction.
Yeah, I think he's the first one we've seen in a while, but
be a little wide, but looks like he's got a trajectory for those clumps, and those clumps are not that far.
Like we talked about earlier, it's got that brown clay area or whatever's on that bank right there. It's not a bad spot.
Where this wind has basically been in every direction this morning. This is probably the definition.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen a dog over here.
It's light and variable.
Yes.
For sure.
I think Stephen's look says it all, though. That's not quite what he had in mind when he stepped in that holding board.
Yeah, I don't think it is, but
I think he's in a pretty good.
Well, he's gonna. But this will be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
I mean,
when he gets out, where if you go.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what he does here. It's the scores to me are going to be very interesting if he goes right over to that bird, because at first glance, from the world that I come from, I'm thinking, well, that's game over, but it's anything but.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you this, as far as handling in the area, he's the best that does it at this game.
Right.
For having the right reaction time.
The grand background.
Correct. Yeah.
You know,
usually
same thing in the grand you can handle in the area.
Correct.
And he's got a lot of experience.
Tons. Usually the way my mind works is after the dog left the area, I'm like, I should have handled in the area.
Ray, how difficult would it be for you to adapt to this thinking?
It would take a little bit, I think. I mean, just because, like you said, the background, I mean, you've spent so many years not blowing a whistle in that situation that it would take a little bit of, I think, a little bit of to get used to it.
Onyx has bent his way.
Onyx
he's going to end up right at the bird.
Right into the
bending.
bird.
You can actually you can see the slick of water of the angle of that dog. That almost like a path in the water bending
sure
in.
Is.
And
right.
He said, it's right.
Ooh,
he goes into that little depression there. See, that one is not visible.
It's not.
From here. But here he comes back.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, he wasn't like
he missed
inches from it.
Yeah, just missed it.
Well, things are getting interesting, aren't they, people?
Yes,
he might be. He's probably doing the Georgia Fight song up there right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
I screwed up. I had my chance. I had the mic, and I had my speaker, and I could have put Rocky Top on the
Saturday.
On Saturday.
No,
I had my chance. Well, what do we got? 2 dogs?
2 dogs left.
I thought, with the way it played out, a 1:30-ish finish, and that'll be about right.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be wrapping up, early today, but.
Guns up.
If it were only crawfish season.
Oh, that would be fun.
We'd have something to do this afternoon.
We have a crawfish bowl. You're right. That would be nice.
It's about perfect right now.
Yes.
Got a little bit of mixed cloud cover.
A little bit overcast. It's a little cooler. Not quite as humid as it's been.
Well, I was in California the last few days, and it was like 65. That was a little more perfect.
That's a little
so
better
Ray,
than
you
this.
just came from the national championship.
Sheepdog finals.
Sheepdog finals.
Border collies. Mm-hmm.
And the gentleman that won how many nationals?
I believe 17. This was the 17th.
Alistair McRae from Scotland.
Wow.
Really interesting gentleman.
All right, here we go. Dog to the line.
And they had to communicate with a whistle at how far? 700 yards?
700?
Yes.
Wow. Mm-hmm. All right. Here comes Luke.
Okay, here we go, Luke. Luke comes in here in second place, sitting on an 88 at this point.
Bird one.
It's a nice throw on the first one. Luke did a nice job. See, that's why you need to be watching your dog when the birds are being thrown, because she swung a little bit far right, and Luke reacted.
Pushed her back.
Pushed her right back, and she saw that. If you get mesmerized watching the birds and you don't realize that.
That's why it's always, from my point anyway, it's always very important to know where the birds are supposed to be. So that's
you don't need, you've watched for a day and a half.
Yeah.
You need to watch your dog watch the birds now.
I mean, the only problem, I'm 100% in agreement with you, but yesterday we watched the last dog they run yesterday had a shorter throw and handled to where the other birds had been landing.
True.
My routine, especially one of our difficult things is marking flyers with the varying falls. What I tried to do is watch the beginning of the throw and then catch it right before it hit the ground. And then spend most of the other time. And it's a matter of glancing up and glancing down. Mm-hmm. But if you get the beginning of the throw, you've got an instinct, like, is this a good throw, a bad throw? Then you want to see what your dog's seeing. Here we go. But the best way to tell is watch the last 4 or 5 feet before it hits the ground. If it's something, ooh, he's going deep. He just winded the right-hand bird, didn't he?
Here!
Do you think? He certainly was making a move to the right.
Yeah, you can kind of,
whatever it was.
Been judging the wind off of what where that hide is for the right-hand bird. You can kind of see there. So yeah, I think he did probably get a whiff of it.
Either that or saw the gunner over there, but I think, I would guess the back, those blinds aren't wrapped. In other words, they're not.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably
when
not.
we say wrapped, we mean you would have multiple holding blinds to hide the gunner from all sides. So when they get behind it, they're going to see him. Now,
72. Onyx and
72 with Onyx, huh? Okay. Well, puts him at 161. Puts him in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th place.
Wow. Yes, 5th with.
These last two dogs are just trying to keep from blowing up.
Well, then Luke already had a handle here.
Right. Yes. And that's a handle to the fall area there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a tricky, because look, he might have had, I think he had an opportunity to potentially handle in the area. But when do you, I mean, how?
That's the hardest thing to decide. Because you want to think that
they're going to come back and get
the bird, right? Mm-hmm. So. Okay. Not bad. She went a little wide and went into that one. So now.
Now he's going back. Now he's got back to left to right wind again, and he's got to get
this middle.
Which is interesting because the grass out there is blowing from right to left, and when he just dropped some grass on line, it was going the opposite direction. It was going left to right.
I saw that too. I think the wind is definitely swirling.
Bottom.
Going for the right-hand bird here.
She's got a little bit of body English
here. She does too. Good move there, good move. Got it, good. Okay.
Alright, came back.
She went in there and got a loop and got it. So now.
Okay, so we've got the big swim. We shut off there for a second. So we've got the big swim coming up here.
She's looking around a little bit.
Just in case someone come back.
Luke's really doing a lot of resetting, and this dog wants to look left.
He's working it.
Para!
Oh, I remember this dog. Watch her swim. When she's nervous, she'll splash.
Oh, really?
I watched her on the water blade. You know, when she would, there was a, when she was getting on the point, you know, and she had kind of conflicted. You watched her kind of fight the water and splash, and you know, you could see she was a little uncertain on the line, and she's just trying to decide: do I swim to the end? Do I get out? Am I going to get in trouble? That's what I'm reading.
Right.
Good little push there.
I think she's.
Well, you want them to feel a little nervous right there, because if they're a little bit nervous, and it translates to don't go back to where you've been and take more water.
I mean, you think there's been a lot of.
Ooh, she's going to hunt the point a little bit. Going to go on.
Turn right.
But those are all little dings. No. There's the first one to end up in there, but there she can go and get it. So let's recap that a little bit. She handled on the left hand of the two
left hand of the
bird
hunt test marks.
Test marks. And handled to the area.
Mm-hmm.
Came back, got the right one pretty nice.
Got the right one pretty nice.
Got the short one good.
Over here.
Little hunt on the other one.
The hunt on the other one. But
so probably
So the three judges,
right?
Are they scoring independently, or are they all agreeing upon discussing it and agreeing upon a number?
They judge independently, and then at the end, they will sit there and say, "I'm at X," and I'm at X, and he's at X, and then if they're off, they'll discuss
it
more. Right.
Gotcha.
Most times you want them to be pretty close when they all are done. Then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So. But yeah, they score independently.
So the most nervous handler right now, probably Steven in Onyx, because he's on 5th place. And he needs one of these two dogs to have cumulative over 161 to move on, which would force.
Here comes Toombs, and who is our overall leader coming in.
This is our top dog coming in, is it?
Yep. And
our last dog.
Top dog and last dog. I think Toombs got a good look at the field trial side there.
Got a good look at that one.
Got a look at that one.
Good look at that one.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going in just slightly under the arc.
But that wind is blowing the other direction now.
Boy, I would. Coming back nice. Very nice.
Nice job.
You want to keep a little loose on that bird, partly because you got to run by a corner of water.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he's in a pretty darn good spot. Let's see. Okay, well there he's very similar to the bird he just picked up. Went under the arc, went a little deep, made a little pivot, and came back. And
still working it out a little bit.
Big part of this is very nice.
Very good.
I mean, not perfect, but smart.
Smart hunt.
Efficient. Good solid. But he doesn't need perfect.
He just needs to get them picked up in a...
See, look at this here.
62.
She said, you know what? I better get a little water. No.
62
see why.
for Luke.
He kept this dog a little bit loose on this right bird, because if she would have felt compelled to get in the water, it would have made that right mark difficult. Let's see what it does on this one.
That puts Luke into fourth right now.
Mm-hmm. So I think...
And he's off.
Luke got that... Luke got a 62 with Vada, which puts him in fourth.
Kind of in a decision spot here.
Tim is kind of in that.
Looks like he's thinking about going to the long one at this point.
Certainly feels like this dog is, well, wait a minute.
Oh,
there just turned. All right.
But just when he made a move to the left.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
She looked for
the wind
she would go along. Do you think she?
Looked like she met the little wind shift right there.
Just shifted.
But you know what? Here's my instinct.
You got to be receptive to it.
You got to be receptive to the information. So I think she was trying to be good, but she was wind checking. Thinking breaking it, but I'm not going to go up until I smell it. Let's see if she. She's got a good run going here. She could certainly
6-year-old.
Make a big statement with her. Because this dog comes in with a 58.
This dog has had a heck of a week.
Yes. Posted 16 on the first series, 9, 33 in Waterbound, if I'm not mistaken.
Turn!
She might have been the one that was a little extra water. So Toombs had a 16 in the first, 9 in the second, and then a 33 in the third. Well, she's definitely committed to swimming across the lake, it looks like at this point.
But now with this wind, we got what we talked about earlier, right? It's got the push.
Yep. Yeah, the wind is always
the
strongest factor, I feel. He's fighting it pretty nice though. He's going for that.
So you see her make a little left stroke, little right stroke, little left stroke. Right now she's, in other words,
he's looking a little bit to the right now, isn't he?
Okay, now you see those. Could you, Ron, see those down up the channel, the 2 white spots on the left shore to the right of the dug?
I can.
Could you see those from the line?
I could not. No. Somebody mentioned that after the fact, but I had no.
Well, the reason you can see them is because you're looking from
around that
7 foot above the ground with that camera. But I just.
He looked left there. He's looking.
Now she's floating right, but she still has a little bit of left lean to her.
And then I know from Clark's vantage point, that is one of the longest swims ever while you're sitting there.
Yes.
When you're sitting there, come on.
Well, it's a long swim, but
it's
you're
a long
right.
swim,
You're
but
you're dying with every stroke.
Amplify it with the situation. Now he's taking a turn.
Well, that wind is in a favorable spot, is it not?
Mm-hmm. When he gets
and then if she's, once again, if lands at that beach spot, if she has it in, I mean, she's not going to be 15, 20 yards to the right of the bird when she gets out of the water.
You can see it now. Back in camera.
Well, yeah. Watch her head, watch her head, watch. She knows it's right up there. She's
right
looking
there,
for it. Ooh-wee.
Very good.
Ooh-wee. Well,
I think our leader is still intact in
I
the
do
open
too.
division.
I think I think it's safe to say that he's widened the gap.
I would think so.
So we're going to be waiting for this score with Toombs. Toombs comes in with a 58, and
well, I think that puts. I will, but we were talking about that breeding with AJ because it was Toombs and AJ. With the dog AJ, that
yes.
Lyle ran that had pups that are 6 weeks old.
And Toombs was the sire?
Toombs is the sire, which is the dog that's out of, remember Bailey?
Mm-hmm.
That's Toombs is a Bailey pup. It's owned by Casey Parker. And I think Casey Parker committed to buying a Toombs AJ puppy yesterday. So,
well, I think I would. Put me on the list.
Oh, yeah. So, pretty neat. I think they both are firmly in the top.
I'll tell you what. You saw some quality work today.
We did.
We're going to have. We're working on putting together those final scores for you, but
you can do pretty good. I think we set ourselves up for a pretty good.
We have set ourselves up for
in both divisions. I don't think there's
absolutely. It's going to be exciting. How are you going to sleep tonight, Ron?
Probably not very good. I haven't slept very good since I've been here, so it might be any different.
Why start now? Why start now?
Yeah. So.
Ray, what you're feeling going into the final series of a big event? I mean, obviously, here you know where you stand.
Yeah.
But in the situations where you knew you were in position to, if things went the right way, you could win. Are you just stewing? Are you have trouble sleeping? Are you?
I mean, there's always, I think, there's always a little excitement. I mean, you're thinking about what tomorrow's going to be. I mean, to me, it's more mentally draining when you're in that position because you're thinking about, okay, if things go right, what's going to happen? You're trying to, come up with you're running all the different scenarios through your head of what could happen tomorrow. So I would say, yeah, I mean, you're a little excited, you're a little nervous, that feeling is there this whole evening.
That's why we do it, isn't it?
Now we get done here, and now there's a lot of time to think about it. If
absolutely. So here, obviously one of the big differences now, you would be looking for what's the rotation when you're going to run.
Correct.
That's going to be that rotation is set before the trial ever starts. In this instance, it's based upon your performance.
Yep.
With the idea that the biggest advantage is for the dog that has the lowest score because he can go to school and everything and make decisions.
Yeah, you'd be thinking about what the rotation's going to be, where you're going to run, how many other dogs are in, you know, you're trying to think about how many dogs are in good shape, if, you know, other dogs are in good shape, and what.
That was an impressive piece of work there.
Nice job, Clark.
Nice job.
Here comes our leaderboard, everybody. Well, there you go. Clark posts a 19. So he certainly widened the gap here a bit. But that's what, 70 or 40, 44 points? Is that what am I saying that right? Difference between first and second. And then there's a bunch, then there's 111, 143, but you know what? It's going to be a little wild and woolly. We're going to go hunt test savvy, which usually means marks, blinds, a little bit of everything. You never kind of know what you're going to get, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing about the savvy is that, yeah, I mean, because you kind of know what you're going to have all week, kind of, you know, from a field trial, hunt test, and blinds, whatever. But tomorrow, you have no idea what they're setting up. I mean, it could be multiple gunners.
Well, there's who's that guy in first place?
Right,
wait a minute, it's the guy sitting next to me. Well,
that's right.
You're 111, Ron. Hey, best of luck to you tomorrow.
Thank y'all.
Best of luck.
Enjoyed it today.
Good luck.
And
thanks, Ray. Appreciate it.
I'll tell you what, everybody, you need to really. I mean, I can't say enough about Purina's stepping up and you know, sponsoring this event, sending representatives like Carl Gunzer and Ray Vogt. These are guys that have stood next to these dogs. So, thank you so much, Purina. Everybody. Love having you. Make sure you set your clocks for tomorrow morning and come see us for the 5th and final series at this year's Super Retriever Series Crown Championship. And that is presented and brought to you by Purina Pro Plan. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Matt.
The Super Retriever Series Crown Championship, presented by Purina Pro Plan, would like to thank the Shreveport-Bossier Sports Commission and their sponsors for making it possible to bring this event to Shreveport, Bossier City, Louisiana.
People often ask, what is the real purpose of a dog? And that's personal. Dogs have added such a contribution to the human experience. They're so much a part of our lives. Each segment of their life is a different journey. When they're really out there, they're seasoned out in the field, they're seasoned on trail, and they just seem to be a second nature to you. They think like you do. Deke and I act alike. And we owe these dogs a great deal. We owe them a great life all the way through, whether it's puppyhood, developmental, the experience of when they're in the field, and then their twilight years. And the nutrition that we give them is part of that quality of life.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Back.
Your business attire is blaze orange. Your best friend loves having their head scratched. The fields are your refuge. You're obsessed with the journey. We're obsessed with the gear.
If you can catch it, grill it, fry it, film it, play it, or fly it, we revel in it. We have enough flavor, style, and soul for 2 cities. We've got a saying, if you find your place, you'll find your people. Come here and you'll find what we're made of. A little this, a little that, a whole lot of us.
You know when you have a special one. You know, the way they move through country, the way that tail's whipping and cracking. You've got to be a showman. And the dogs has got to separate themselves. Boy, when that light bulb clicks on, you know it. I'm Randy Anderson and I run Cross Country Kennels. We've been fortunate to win the Invitational 4 times, 2 runner-ups, and that means a lot to me. You've got to have the fuel to compete. You've got to have the right nutrition. ProPlan's commitment to the sporting dog goes back over 50 years and they've never deviated from it. Watching a young dog being put on that prairie and running and pointing at first birds, the thought of him being special is what keeps you going.
The Super Retriever Series Crown Championship has been brought to you by Purina Pro Plan, Fuel for Life. By the Shreveport-Bossier Sports Commission. Visit Shreveport-Bossier. By Garmin and Lucky Duck Kennels. The United Kennel Club and Splash Pools. And by Louisiana Tourism. Explore Louisiana.